This is the future. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution.
I can't. Doesn't even fit on camera. Anybody haven't seen this one yet? Look at this. I mean, come on. What is up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Happy home from Blade Show, Texas, in Minnesota. Look at the pig. Look at this. That's not a knife. Instantly, you got to go for the choke up spot. Getting in there. We're just going to... Right? I mean, come on. Come on. Was I late? Couple minutes late? Yeah, that's not a knife. That's a knife. Okay, I could take this off. Right, Dave? I just saw the text I sent to Dave. Okay, so just for the reference, just to get it in your brain. Hello, how's everyone doing? Good to see you all. Where is... Oh my God. Well, I don't. I'm. Here we go. Here we go. Perfect. Perfect. All right. We have fixed blade. We have a little bit larger fixed blade. Right? You're like, yeah. It's got some size to it. And for those of you that have been around, you know about this. Right? Okay, and instantly, boom. Now look at this Bowie knife. You guys, do you say Bowie? Do you say Bowie? We were discussing it, and both were technically right, I guess. I mean, it's not my party. I usually say Bowie, but sometimes I'm saying Bowie. I don't know. But here we are. So this is my Crown Stag Bowie. Absolute hog, right? Well, okay. Right? Okay, let's put them right next to each other. They're right on top of each other. All right, look at this size difference. Bro. How could I not? How could I not? Good old Rough Rider from Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and they hooked it up. Good old Greg over there. 20 bucks. 20 guaranteed for life. Guaranteed for life. 20 bucks is 20 bucks. That is exactly right? You can't go wrong. Who saw on the live when I was at Boker? I was at Boker and we looked at some stuff, and there was one that I saw that it was only like $20 some slip joint, or no, it was a lockback. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take that. And he's like, oh, I can't sell you anything. It was like, ooh. So they had the cases full of all their stuff, but they weren't selling anything. I mean, I'm not going to tell anyone how to do their business. I'm not not going to want to not buy some of these things from Boker. They had some pretty cool new stuff. I'll have a little highlight of it from the live pretty soon. But it sucks to be like, oh, I'll buy that, and then you can't buy it. And it's not because they didn't have one there. They have one there, but they only have one there, and it's not for sale. There were some 1931 Leatherworks, shoot, what was it called again? Oh, my brain just shut off. They had his prototype there. Very, very cool. I want it, but they would not sell it to me, unfortunately. How's everybody doing tonight? Who is here? What is going on? Hello, Marco. Hello, Caleb. Titanium Justin. I just missed your message. If you saw my message, literally. Finally get to watch KDK do fancy Rubik's Cube for $5.37. The whole video is like 6 minutes. Or is the drone flight really only the last minute? I need to make a new... We're going to squirrel a lot today. Just letting everyone know. Today is a squirrel day. How many knives do I have? About 300-ish. 300-ish. I've been saying that we're going to do a full knife overhaul. We're going to do that. Shelf discussion soon as well. Remind me of that. Squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. Squirrel, squirrel. I can solve that cube, yeah, maybe 4 or 5 minutes is probably right. But the bump cube's tough. Okay. Breathe. Kevin Smith and Knives is here. He was fun to hang out with over the weekend for sure. God, we had such a great time. We're gonna talk Texas here. Let me just get settled in. We got Kathleen Smith. How are you doing, Kathleen? Great to see you as always. My buddy Dave, ahoy hoy. That's funny. What's up, Eagle Scout? Hung out with him over the weekend. He picked up a nice stack of knives as well. Fun to be able to hang out and make some vids. It was just a mess, man. I tell you, no regrets. But there's never enough time. The time goes so fast. I did the live like about 3 hours of time goes by, and then you realize, oh, I just spent 3 hours while the show was going on not visiting booths and recording stuff. So it's like the time, being able to, a lot of places I missed, a lot of places I didn't get to film at. I did go through one of the lives and made notes, and I'm going to pull clips out of the live, so it's like you can see like, oh, here's the 5 minutes I was at Boker. So rather than having to watch the whole live, I can have a little video of just that little Boker segment. Or here's 5 minutes at Big Idea Design or whatever, because I did that at a lot of different places throughout the live. But if you didn't want to watch the live or you don't want to skim through it, I might put little footnotes in the description or whatever, so you can find them as well. But I figure I can pull them out. YouTube kind of lets you kind of pull them out and pick some clips and stuff and make some more posts. Oh yeah, that thing is like a crocodile hunter knife for sure. What's up, Cheesy Moon? Ken Fixed is here. Ken Fixed picked up a knife that we're going to be using for a giveaway that I'll show here in a little bit. Do a little whittling with that cold piece of steel. All right. Little sneaks, peeks. What's up, Mick Ranger? Yo. Clint Crosby, how you doing? Now this is a knife. I just got a huge jump of my chat. I'm Kenman. T.I. Justin is awesome. Did I say hi, Brian? Sorry, let me... I'll blast what? Yeah, everything's good. We're good here. I'm fine here. How are you? The Zenith 2.0 Bali trainer just dropped on Flytanium. Let's remember in a little while to go there when we decide to go places. We are going places. Many places. Spaces. Cold faces. I am interested in that trainer, Mick. Thank you for that. Seems like Boker missed a bet by not selling. Yeah, you know, I don't know how it works. I did hear about one company not getting their drop ship of their knives, so they didn't have any to show. But they didn't even have any to show, let alone, you know, Boker had all their cases completely full. A lot of new knives, a lot of cool stuff. There was that segment where he showed me most of them. It was fun when they said you could maybe buy it at the SMKW booth. Did he say that? Oh, God. I tell you. What's up, Jim Weller? Trying to track a package, BRB. Caleb, hope it's there or that it'll be there tomorrow. Daniel Cornfield. Those prototypes were really nice. There were some really good things. Mr. Eddie, shave your head. The clip was in the one today, right? Mr. Eddie's kid put the Jason mask on. I don't know if you can hear it. If you didn't hear it, go back to the video. He's in the thumbnail, but he was like, "Let me put the mask on." I'm like, "Absolutely, right?" And Mr. Eddie, I don't know, are you raising your kid right or wrong? He's not very old, but he knows about Jason, and like so I give him the mask. He puts the mask on, and as soon as the mask hits his face, he's like. It's like this kid knows the sound effects. It was brilliant. It was amazing. It was amazing. Mr. Eddie's family's real cool. I don't know about Mr. Eddie, but wife and kid, top notch. How they ended up with Mr. Eddie. Any sweet freebies? Okay, I have some stuff. I have all the little goodies and things that I got. I got most of it. Yep, I think I got all of it. So I got all that. We'll go through all of it. That's one of my things. I have notes I want to talk about. One of the main things I want to talk about is like things that were good, things that were bad, things that I missed, things that I should have done. One of those things, without getting into that quite yet, is I didn't really grab as much swag or hit people up for swag. I don't necessarily always feel so inclined to be like, hey, you have some free stuff to give me. Give me some free stuff, you know. The weekend went so fast, and it was so engaging with all the people and talking and having fun and showing off knives that there were a bunch of stickers like at SMKW that I could have grabbed that I didn't grab. There was a bunch of swag at several places that I could have grabbed that I didn't grab. I did get a few things. I have some stuff that I'll use for some giveaways and things in the future, but that is one thing. I will put it on me. I'm sorry. I did not collect the kind of swag or push to get more of it that I probably should have. But what it comes down to is that time just ticks. It ticks. You get there and it's like boom, 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 and the show's over for the day. And if you're filming, time goes even faster. So now I'm filming, meeting up with people I've never met before, having a blast, looking at knives, buying knives, talking about knives. I go live for a few hours. It literally, the whole day is like a boom, boom, done. Like, whoa, that was day one. What did I film? I don't remember. Wow. There's a lot of places I was at where I wasn't filming, where you're talking to people and you gotta pick the content you're gonna start to grab it when you can, enjoy the moments that you're in when you can enjoy them, which was all of them. The whole trip was a nonstop moment of enjoyment. It was a blast. The community is outrageous and just welcoming and fun and friendly and cool, and everyone I talked to was amazing. You get it? You got it? You guys dig me? You feel me? You see what's going on here? Okay, it was a good time. Yes, Kevin Smith and Knives can say it firsthand. So can Eagle Scout. It's for Eagle Scout. I hope it's theirs tomorrow. Oh, it's for Eagle Scout. I hope it's there tomorrow. They are busy. What's up, Henry? How's it going, dude? Echo Elvis, thanks for the Blade Show videos, Dan. You are welcome. I am gonna pick some of the clips out of the lives because I have like almost 6 hours of live stream, and there were definitely some tables where like I got the 5-minute spiel at the table during the live, so I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna crop those out and kind of post those so it's easier if someone does want to see like the one from Big Idea Design or the one where I was with TC from Smoky Mountain, and we were looking at that knife that MC has where it's the blade that flips out, but then the blade also has two sides of the blade that can separate from it, so it's like a trident of a blade, and then you can close it and twist it and bring it back together. And we were at that booth. I can't remember the name of that company. They had several really crazy looking contraption knives. I think it was at Riot for like 5 minutes. I was at Jack Wolf for like 5 minutes or more. So several of those videos, I'm going to try to pull those out. So rather than having to go through a vertical live, you can actually see some of that content. I don't know. That's the plan. What does everyone think? Agree? Probably. I had a good time. I enjoyed putting the face on some of the people you're talking to in the community. Right. That was what was really cool. Is people would come up and like Mr. Eddie, I'm like sitting there talking to the Wheezies and Lanyard Man, excuse me. And then I turn and someone's right up in my face like this, and I'm like, Mr. Eddie, you just could feel it. You could just feel it. What a great time though. And just all the vendors, everyone I met, everyone I talked to was just excited to be there, having a good time. I need to get to Atlanta. How can I get to Atlanta? Help me get to Atlanta. Okay, so let's get right into it. Recap or knives as we recap. How do we want it? What do we want? This is a freestyle. It's like when I did the lives. If you, who has the What's up, Aaron? In the lives was fun. Not sure as far as the playback and watching it again, although I've had quite a few views of it. The views have been continuing to go up even after the fact. But the lives were fun because we freestyled it as far as like whoever was in the chat that happened to say, hey, let's go here. And we went there. And that was fun. It was very interactive. And then being able to have people physically ask about a knife, we're looking at a knife, or something like that. I think you should talk about both knives and recap in order. Valley, I'm literally kind of set up for that already. It's like you... Great minds. It was fun. I'm glad you took us with you. It was a blast, dude. It was a blast. But I feel like I just didn't get to film, and someone, who was it, messaged on one of the videos, they were like, didn't get to any of the smaller vendors, which I did, and so some of them are during the lives, but there were definitely some that I never filmed at for more than 5 seconds walking by. A lot of times when you film and it's like, it's tough to think about because then you start, but then like let's say you're at a booth, like I didn't realize that I didn't really film at Rosecraft. Maybe I did during the live on day 2. I still need to go through that, but I'm pretty sure that I did film some stuff at Rosecraft. But like, so if you're ready to do something at a booth, but they're busy, people want to ask them questions and buy knives, I don't want to get in there and be like, all right, let me take up 10 minutes of your time to make a video that may or may not help someone maybe order a knife in the future. when you could just be actually talking to someone who's physically here, maybe buying a knife right now. So it's like I wouldn't necessarily go up and want to film there at that moment because they're interacting with someone, you know. Maybe I'm polite. I'm polite. Me, Lanyard Man, Neves all had a pair of Hermans. That was cool. You had nice Hermans too. That one Lanyard Man's got, of course, his is lefty version. So I mean, how could I not like that one the most? It's obvious. They're gorgeous. That was fun. Did you see Kevin? Kevin, Melissa called you a legend today. In that I posted that photo. Kevin's wife took a photo, and it was me and Neves and Kevin. And I said 3 legends or something like that. LOL, you know, something, whatever, dumb. But then, hold on. Where is it? Posts. So I can just show the photo. There. 3 knife legends. So there's Kevin Smith and Knives, me, and then Neves, right? And then we got the comment, Melissa Backwoods, checkmark, 4. Cougar Kyle from Savivi in the background. Good to see you at the show. So there's Kyle from Savivi, right? But then she did say 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically, Ken, funny. Did you do that on purpose? So yeah. So Kevin Smith and Knives, Melissa said you are a legend. So you got that going for you. We go way back. Oh, we had such a great time. Okay, so we have to blast all the way back to the drive. And on the drive, specifically on the way there and on the way back, boom, Ken fixed. It's like, oh, I see his phone in the shot. I'm gonna text him. That's good stuff. So yeah, on the way there and on the way back, I made it a point to try to go to gas stations, A, to fill up, obviously, but B, to go to gas stations that specifically looked to me, I was profiling gas stations, like, is this one gonna have old school gas station knives in it? So I tried to find those bigger, like, truck stops and things where they're gonna have, like, the whole section where it's got, like, maybe souvenirs and truckers type stuff, like gear for, like, CB systems and headsets and cup holders and stuff like that. And so I went to a few and didn't have luck on the first couple, and then I had luck on this one right here. I picked up a couple of knives. Okay, so I looked and they had a little case and they had another case, and I was definitely overwhelmed and I was in a rush because I was trying to make time because it was day 1. And what's up, Dan C? So there are probably a few other things in there that I could have grabbed that would be cool, but at the same time, I'm also on my way to Texas wanting to buy more, like, knives, right? And so, and then some of the prices were a little higher than I thought they maybe should have been for what you're getting. You're getting that novelty of actually buying the gas station knife at a gas station, but I feel like I could take the image of it, research it online, and then find it, and then buy the exact same knife. Like the Valhalla knife with the skull on it was at one of the places, like, so it's like, oh, when they mark it up, it was like, whatever. So these weren't marked up too much. I saw this one, and you can instantly tell. You can instantly see, all right, that is a switch comb, right? This is something that young me would have loved to have at any time. The ones with $12 knives in a spinning case are the best. You are correct, sir. This was in that case. This was in like a flat 3-level case with stuff layered on it. But I said, oh, I see that right there. How much is that? She took it out and it said $9.99 on the back. And I'm like, yep, taking that one. It is 440 stainless. So for a comb, you know, that actually works, 440 stainless, and it has a brake bolster for that lock release, and then boom, and it does have a slide to keep it locked up, and then the fake stag. I mean, come on, young me would love to have this, and I am still young me, so here we are. So that's number one. I was like, yep, I'll take that for sure. And I looked around, and there was just nothing for the prices they had them at other than this one right here. So this one is just a really chunky, ugly lock back with some intricate scrolly kind of work. What's it say? Wild Turkey Handmade Collector. And then look, it boasts on this side 3CR13. Boasting it right across the blade there. It is got a noticeable separation up here where I think I'm going to put it in a vise. And here you can see it a little bit more like that. Put it in a vise and pinch squeeze it, and then smash that pin and see if it works better, because right now when you open it, the blade does have a little play across that space, and I think if we smash that together, not that this is a knife worthy of doing too much to it, but if then it doesn't matter, you know, go for it, don't go for it. It's a cheapo. It's silly. Okay, so we were on our way down. We didn't get it to Texas on day one. I stopped in about Kansas City because the roads were terrible. You could go 70 miles an hour for like 10 miles, and then all of a sudden you had to immediately be going 30 miles an hour, but it came up on you so fast that you didn't have a chance to actually start to slow down. So you're currently going 70 on a road that you need to be going 30, or you're going to spin in the ditch. And so you lay off the brakes, you chill, you kind of hang out, you notice, oh, there's a truck in the ditch, there's another car in the ditch, there's a semi in the ditch, there's another semi in the ditch. Now we're backed up for 8 minutes because they're clearing a accident in front of us. It was brutal. It was rough. It was scary because it's like there's no way on the way down I need to be going in the ditch, and now I'm spending several hours to get it out. Maybe it's damaged. Maybe I can't drive the rest of the way. The trip's over. Nervous. Managed to get to Kansas City in about 9 hours, which could take 7.5, 8 hours, but it took me 9. Actually, that seems wrong. Maybe it was longer. That can't be right, because we were going slow for a while. Although I make really good time, I don't speed really. I go, maybe a couple miles over the speed limit. And then I don't drink a lot of fluids when I'm road tripping, so you don't have to stop to pee as much. And then you just basically can just go as far as you can. Excuse me. What's up, Sensor? So I got to around Kansas City, Missouri on day one. Got a really cheap little crap motel. Actually went and found it online. Booked it online, showed up, got the room, went and stayed the night real quick, real easy. It seemed clean. I know, I mean, it's a hotel room, whatever. Didn't spend that many hours there, but 6 in the summer, going 80. Where was it? In Oklahoma, the speed limit was 80. It went from 70 to 80. There was a speed sign that was 80. I noticed at 80 to 82, 83, my car drives really nice. But 74, it's kind of, I get like a little rattle. It seems like the alignment doesn't like 74 miles an hour. It likes 68. It likes 80 to 82. But that 70, so like when the speed limit was 70 and you want to be going 72, 73, like 73, 74, it like literally just felt like, it's like, uh-oh, this seems like the tire's not good. You slow down a little bit and it was completely gone. You speed up and it comes back. And it was like literally that sweet spot where I wanted the tire to start giving me the shimmies. What's up, Lasso Kid? Recapping Texas, starting to talk about all the knives I got. So day one, slept, drove the rest of the way, got to Texas that night. Didn't find any more knives at any more gas stations. Another 8 hours got me there. So I got there early evening, got checked into the hotel, got some dinner, nothing's fancy. Kind of prepped, made a couple videos, and got myself kind of prepared for the next day. And boom, go to bed, get up. Here it is. It's Friday, day one for Blade Show. I got a cheaper hotel this year. I used to work in the hotel and food service business, and I suppose if I don't leave these out, there's nothing for you to look at. Boom. I'll put this one here. Jesus Christ. It doesn't even fit. So I used to work in the food service business, and one of my old bosses gave me the discount code or whatever through our company, and got a little bit of a deal at a Holiday Inn, but it was a few miles away, and so I had to drive. Still waiting on the post to deliver your knife. Oh, hopefully it gets there soon. So I got a good deal on the hotel versus the hotels are quite expensive the weekend of the show. When you get the hotels where you're only a couple blocks away and you can just walk to the show, which is what I did last year. But I saved several $100s by getting this. I had to now pay the parking ramp fee, but I saved quite a bit in having to drive a few miles, which was nice. Like this beast. This is the absolute pig I picked up in Texas. It is just enormous. It's hilarious. It's so gigantic. Boom. This one's even a big knife, and look at how small it is compared to the blade. So yeah, saved some money. So got up, drove. It took me like less than 10 minutes to get there. Had just a couple cars waiting to get in the parking lot. This was like an hour before the show started, although a half hour before the early bird doors. So it was like early bird was 10, doors at 10:30. This was like 9:30 when I got there. Parked pretty quick. It cost $20 to park in the ramp. If you want a Bali trainer and Flytanium Zenith just dropped today, and they're only $60. I'm in. We're gonna go look at it later. Hopefully they don't sell out in the short time it's going to be between now and then. If they do, I guess it's meant to be. But I appreciate that, Mick. Okay. Squirrel. Ground fog. Squirrel. So went in, filmed the early bird line walking in. And as they walked in, then I went through and I noticed what they were doing is you didn't go up and check in and get your wristband. You just had your scannable ticket ready to go, and they were walking through the line, scanning your ticket and handing you your wristband. So basically, I just filmed the line, walking up and down. What's up, my man? Fook Doos in the house, running late tonight. Haven't had dinner yet, so I'm lurking. What's for dinner, Fook? We all want to know. Reminds me of my old knife that my parents threw away. Ah, bummer. Yeah. Old times. There are some things I wish I still had. So, film the line a little bit, talk to a few people, and then once the line, that's the thing about Blade Show, if you've never been, you get your wristband, here's my wristband. And then once the doors open at 10:30, literally you just hold up your wristband and walk in. So even if you're at the back of the line and there's 150 people in front of you, in less than 2 or 3 minutes you're going to be walking in the front door. So it's never anything to be too worried about. What was it? Kevin Smith and Knives said he showed up at about 10:30, 10:45 both days and literally just walked straight in the door. So you can show up 15 minutes after the doors open, and everyone who's there is already there, and you'll be able to just walk right in. Fook Doozle's having steak and cheese on low-carb pita. That sounds amazing. Steak, cheese. When you say low-carb pita, it doesn't sound enticing. But a steak and cheese on low-carb pita, I'm fully down with this. Toss me one. I'm in. So, in we go. We're in the show. Bada bing, bada boom. I filmed walking in the door the first time and then walking around for maybe 5-10 minutes. Was that in my first video? So I got a couple videos up. They're actually doing really well, which is cool. So yeah, started walking around, acclimating. You really got to acclimate. If you haven't been to Blade Show, it requires some, I don't know what it requires. There's just so much. Where do you want to go? Who are you going to talk to? Where are you going to spend your time? There's nothing but shiny things everywhere, and you're a young crow collecting. Just like, dude, look at all of this wonderful stuff. So you just kind of, boom, making spicy chicken sandwiches. That also sounds fantastic. Lasso Kid's coolest knife. It had a studded handle, thumb ring, and the bells and whistles. Think about it all the time. Well, you know what? You get older, you start looking around, and you find them. And then you become a kid again, and you just pick up what you can. This was, I mean, okay, if you guys were to order this on Smoky Mountain right now, these are guaranteed for life. If you break it, they will replace it. And look at this choke up spot. You need to do some tight, delicate work. Get up in there and that works. But guaranteed for life. It'll cost you more to ship it than it'll cost to replace it. I think they're $40 for this thing. $40 for an absolutely ginormous knife. It's bananas. Okay, so day one, start walking around, made my way a few places, instantly start bumping into people, saw BEDC, and we'll start getting into this right away. So boom, ran into him right when I was coming around the corner to Concept. So I kind of went in, kind of went back, went to the left towards where Concept was, and ran into this beautiful man and gave me some stickers. I gave him some stickers. We kind of chatted for a little bit. That's when all of a sudden there's Renee Ramon right next to me. And then saw Nathan at Neves. And then Joyce and Tracy came out from behind the booth at Concept, gave me a hug, said hi. So we're hanging out at Concept. I grabbed some of these. Here we go. I'll definitely save some stickers for giveaways in the future. Again, I apologize, I did not get more. So yeah, talking to him, talking to Nathan and Joyce and Tracy at Concept. It's like showing me some of the new concepts. We did actually look at this bad boy. I'm kind of cheating here, but if you look on that first video, look at the gold in the rings. Just absolutely boom, smooth as butter. But that is in that first video. Someone had it and they're holding it. We kind of take a peek at it for a second, and then it's gone. And who would have known a day later it would be purchased? Can it core an apple? Yes, that's going to be a new segment we're going to start getting into. Does it apple? You know? So yeah, you already saw this one. So you take that, you know, you take your apple, take a bite. How well does it apple? We can rate it, etc., etc. Exciting stuff to do in the future. Ken and I have been talking about that one for a while. Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Never heard of them. Fuchs modding for yeah, the two-time wrench guy. But then Fook, I called him out on it before. And Fook, how many you're a mod for how many channels now? Southpaw friendly knife for around $50. Pyrite, CJRB Pyrite. A budget drop bear. Kaiser. Tenable. We can sneak right here quick looking at another one. So yeah, actually we did get right into this. So I bought two knives at Concept Tenable right away. This is one of them. This wasn't my first grab, so we're going out of order, so we got to back up. You're the other woman. Me? Was it from a Honeymooners? Either way, we're into this thing, and like, what knives will cut apples? What would be one you'd sit on your corner and cut a chunk of apple and eat it? Absolutely any crossbar. I don't know about that. Here's Nathan. Nathan's Knives with a K. He does work at the Concept booth, but he does a lot of custom stuff. Go check out his channel as well. Nathan's Knives. So I immediately went to, while we were at Concept, I said, let me see the Leviathan. And if you don't know what the Leviathan is that it's their really jumbo, giant beast of a knife. I was probably going to buy it. I hear it was only like $140. All the deals were great. KDK is the side piece. I guess I am. Maximal, Heist, Acacia, Glide Lock, Penguin, Best Tech, Angry Owl. I don't know the Angry Owl, but I looked that one up. Interesting. So I picked it up. I handled it. It didn't feel awesome, you know, like it felt big, but it didn't feel awesome. And then I picked up this one right here. Boom. This is the Concept Goblin XL. I picked this up right after that, and I said, ooh, what is this one here? Did a little front flipper action. Felt that frag titanium that you know I love, and was like, oh God, okay, yep. I want this one. So this is S35VN, and then that real nice deep cut frag titanium, snappy front flipper, huge hole for flicking out, thumbing out. It is a frame lock. But as a lefty, I can put my thumb on that frame lock and it's no issue at all. But look at the frag. So the anodized, the titanium has been anodized kind of a bronze color, which I love it. I love it. It's just perfect. The front flipper works really good. You can do that reach across with the index. I honestly, I was there to look at the Leviathan. And I said, okay, let me see the Leviathan. I held it for a second and it didn't just speak to me, but I looked straight down and this was sitting like that. And I'm like, ooh, shiny frag. Hand me, gimme. And then I picked it up and it was done. It was like, yep, I want this one. And there it was. I bought it instantly. First purchase of Blade Show. Sorry, I couldn't lay off that one. I could be some good looking arm candy from behind, right? Like who's the cute blonde? I've been told my legs and my ass aren't too bad. Jesus Christ. So, number one, I was like, boom. I hadn't actually purchased it yet because I was there and I'm like, okay, well, I'm taking this. So I didn't actually pay for it, but I said, you know, Joyce, all right, I do want this one. These go for $210 at the online. If you go online and buy this version with the titanium and the S35VN, it's $210. I got it show price for $140 for this bad boy right there. So we're gonna go ahead and set that down. And while I was there, I was like, you know, there's some other ones I might want to get, but for now, I knew I went over to Tenable. Tenable's right there. Tenable is the budget versions, the budget company of Concept, and I got this one here. This is the, what's it called again? Nest Street. So it says Nest Street right there, and then I believe this is 14. See if I can focus and get the light to hit it correctly. Yep, 14C28N Nest Street. So it's a button lock, drops really nice, flicks out. The action is just so smooth on this. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. It just drops open, drops shut. Feels like the blade's just got enough weight to it that once it starts going, it just goes. Right? Boom. So that would have been number 2. So we have the Nest Street and the Goblin XL at Concept. So kind of started making our way, having some fun. And then I believe that's when I bumped into Lanyard Man as well. So hanging out with Lanyard Man. And then we decided to move. What's up, Shay? What's up, Shay? Yeah. All the Tenable knives, I think a lot of the Tenable knives are around $60 online. Show price for most of them was $40. I should have bought the Fenrir, the button lock Fenrir with the frag. I really wanted the one with the frag on it, and they were all gone. They had already sold out of that particular version, so that's kind of the reason I didn't buy one. They did have several of them there, so if you are interested in that Fenrir, but I want to get the button lock cheaper version from Tenable, that it is a pretty sweet knife. I recommend it. Mick says the Nest Street is awesome. Have the copper scale version. Ooh. And that means it's beefy. Is the copper scale are the copper scales are they for the Tenable version, or are they for like the more expensive version? Losing my mind, sorry. What's up, Bridger? How are you doing? They should give YouTubers an extra special discount. Y'all do some great advertising. They kind of do sometimes, and they do take care of some people. I've gotten a couple discounts from Concept, and they did give me a discount on the next one I bought, and it was because I blinked my puppy dog eyes at them. We will get to that. We're kind of going through the order of the show here. It is the Concept version. That's what I kind of thought. I wonder if they're compatible, or how much that one was. How much was the Concept version with the copper scales? If you don't mind, Mr. Mick. Lanyard Man! So yeah, I was hanging out with good old Lanyard Man a lot of the time. Real fun stuff. He's got some amazing knives. I've got some of his knives right now, don't I? Sure do. Got to get some of those back. They belong to your kids. I feel like... Jesus, Dan. What is your problem? We had just an absolute treat, though. So we were over there. I'd met up with Lanyard Man. I'd talked to Renee and BEDC, Brian, and everyone at Concept. And then that's when we headed over to, we kind of walked around the back for a little bit, stopped at maybe a few places, ran into Eagle Scout right around there too. And then he went over, God, I don't know, it's kind of a blur. Talking to Eagle Scout for a bit. Actually, I met him outside with his grandfather. Both real good guys. And yeah, talked to them for a little bit because they kind of passed by me when we were waiting in line outside. So kind of talked to Eagle Scout for a little bit outside, and then met up with him inside, went over, and he kind of looked at some Hogues. I believe he got a Deca. Eagle Scout got a bunch of cool knives for sure. Some Spydercos, and everybody got cool stuff. There was so many cool things to get. So then we made our way over to QSP, and I remember we got over to that QSP booth. Normally $115. I got the copper scale version cheap during the holidays for $85, but normally $115. All right. I might consider that as some. I love copper stuff, you know me. Billy Barry, what's up? What's happening? Dan. Oh, Dom keeps asking when he's going to get his red knife. I think his new Concept Mini Main Street is a good distraction. My bad, dude. My bad. I got to finish that video and I'll get it back to you right away here. It's on the list of videos that I got to do ASAP. A to the sap. So we went over to QSP. And QSP, I had another instantaneous purchase. I started looking. We talked to David for a little bit and Big Red. They were both over there. And did I pick up... See, here again, I did not get as many stickers and swag things that I should have. I did get one of the QSP penguins. It's a Weeble Wobble, so it wobbles but doesn't fall down. Again, I apologize. Get more swag next time, Kenman, so that I can give it out. But these are kind of cute. I also kind of felt it was like, let people who really want the swag to grab it. But I know maybe you guys want swag, so maybe I should grab more. And who was it? Lanyard Man? Didn't you get a huge bag of some stuff from somebody for asking about it? So I guess I just need to just man up and ask a little more. That little mini Main Street is great. I do have one right here that I've had. Actually, this is one that Concept sent me. The mini Main Street. I love this knife. I love the design of it. I think that having the Omega spring is really cool with the Ultim that you can see through it, but my hands are big, so I got to be really careful when I close it, or I will definitely, already caught myself with it once or twice. But those are cool if you got a smaller... You're kind of cute. What's up, cutie? Collect more Weebles next time. What's up, Clint? What's up, Rick? You're a Momo. That was the most calm you're a Momo I think I've ever Momoed. Momo. So, here we go. Continuing on, QSP. Talked to David for a little bit. Talked to Big Red for a little bit. Saw this on the table and was instantly in love with it. This is the Chef Master. A new one from QSP. Something about that choil. I saw them. They were open on the table like this. I want a Weeble. What's up, Paul? How's it going? Chef Master, look at the choke up spot. Getting in there like that. Wow, deep. The thumb stud is like behind the finger. So like you're getting in there for doing boxes or something. I swear this thing is just a champ. Feels great in the hand. It was another instantaneous liking / purchase. What's up, Eric? What did I think of the QSP Emu? Which one was that? I looked at every QSP. I can't remember which one the Emu was. Eric, did you get your microjet? I would assume that you probably did. Lanyard Man got a shit ton of glow rhino stuff. Just send it all to Carrion Cut. I wanted to give you half, but didn't get the chance. And then you still gave it all to Carrion Cut. Boo! That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everyone can Chef Master. Dude, the little flipper tab, you can just kind of hold it like this and kind of relaxingly just kind of give it that push button swing out. It's just got a nice detent to it. Thumb stud works really well. Flick out works good. That just getting in there like this, it just locks. It's like boom. I did. It's awesome. Thanks. Love it. Looks way better in person. Excellent, Eric. I'm glad you got it. That was kind of an adventure getting to where we got, but I'm glad you're happy about it. It was fun to try. I'm surprised you're old enough to remember Weebles wobble, but they won't fall down. My sister had like the house. It was like this house, had a bunch of them. You could push them in the top, and they would go through like a slide or something and come shooting out this chute in the front. And you know, they'd do one of these, they'd go, whoa, and then wobble back up for sure. Sweet. So, instant purchase at QSP. Kind of looked over the rest of them. I have this thing, it's like these and shoes, knives and shoes. If you've got 50 models and lay them all out, I can kind of go brrr and kind of see where my eyes are like bing. You know, it's weird how it works. Everybody's got their own. But I saw this one, loved it. This micarta, this like deep couch kind of micarta, then it's got these grooves cut into it. There you can see the grooves really well right there. Texture is awesome. Grip is fantastic. So I was like, okay. So there we are. I said, yep, I'm going to buy this one, David. But I kept looking. I'm like, do I want another one now, or do I want to kind of play the game and wait? And I did see another one that I did not buy. This one right here. This is the QSP Hawk. You're like, but if you didn't buy it, how are you holding it now? Well, because I didn't buy it then. I bought it later. So I saw this one, I picked it up. I said, it's kind of cool. Just felt really snappy. The action on this is great. Those bearings are just bananas. They work so good. Look at that chunk of wood. The little wrinkles. Look at these wrinkles right here. I don't know how well that translates for you, but whew. I was like, it feels really good in the hand. Just a snappy action on it. I think it was like a $60 knife. And I said, you know what? Maybe I'm going to go ahead and just set that one back and we'll think about it and we'll see. So that's where we were. Stopped at QSP, picked up one more. And I believe that was the only knives. That was the rest. That was all the knives that I purchased on day one. Concept Loki frag pattern is sold out. All of the models. You like the Loki? It's not bad. Is that the one where they had the hole looks like a weird smile? What's up, Gabe? When I was a kid, they made blow-up punching bags for kids. Yeah, and you'd punch it and it would go. Yep, and it'd be like 4 feet tall, 3 feet tall. I think everybody had one of those. I do that with shoes. Whatever my eye catches I wear, but people always look at me weird when I wear my wife's high heels. Ha! I didn't see that one coming. You got me. Got him! Wrinkles. Oh, the knife. I'm starting to get old. No doubt. So, getting towards the end of the day, and I did notice over at SMKW they had some crazy stuff, and I was like, they had a bunch, and it was literally end of the day. Dylan, what's up? 3 feet tall, you mean? Perfectly average, LOL. What did I say? Sock and boppers, for sure. Missed you, Dylan. Dylan, what was the name of your... There was one I did. My video, I believe, is coming out tomorrow at CJRB Artisan Cutlery. And I have Russell goes through all of the Artisan and CJRB prototypes that are coming out soon. And one of them is from Dylan. And I love it. Well, do you know what the name of that one was, Dylan, offhand? It was great. I do have it in my video that you'll see tomorrow. But I cannot remember what it was. But I know that one of those protos was Mr. Mallory's. And yes, that's what I can say. It is a choice. So at the end of the day, I did stop and I was talking to Greg and some guys over at... The TI version is the Keras and the CJRB is the Droma. Shoot, now I can't remember which one it was. I think it was titanium. Well, my brain just shut off. There was 2 in the protos? Dylan? Why did I only think there was 1? It must have been the Artisan. We had the best toys back in the day. We sure did, Mick. Surprised you didn't get the QSP Hawk with the copper scales. Oh, okay. We'll talk about that, Eric, when we get to the Hawk. But I looked at a few other ones, and just the ones that they had I don't know why, but that wooden one called to me. It really did. And when I actually went and got it, the other ones that were there, I wasn't as much of a fan of. But I don't remember if there were copper scales on that one. Maybe they were all gone. But yeah, when I saw this wood, I just was, it feels so nice. Sometimes I'm not always as big on a wooden handle, but in some cases it just works. So was looking at some stuff, talking to Greg at QSP at the end of the day, and I'm like, yeah, I'll probably go check those out the next day. So at the end of the show, we were literally kind of in the back, and they were shutting down on day one, and they kind of one of the event producers kind of walked back and said, you guys are still, I don't think it had an inlay, Dylan. Must have been the one without the inlay. I feel like it was just titanium. It was just black titanium. And now all the knives are blurring together, and I can't remember what anything looks like. Did it have a harpoon on the blade? I want to say maybe, or no, that was 1931 Leatherworks. But no, Dylan's. My video will come out tomorrow. I'll figure it out. I'm sorry. Who am I? What am I? What's my problem? We could probably look it up. We'll look it up. Artisan Karis. That's probably the one. Whichever. They're probably both awesome. Everything that I looked at with them was great. But the one was, I wanted it. And Russell wouldn't let me buy it. Wouldn't let me buy it. So the show, they were like, okay, you guys got to get out of here. So they gave us the boot. And as we're coming around the corner to go out, there's Melissa Backwoods was like also getting the boot. And so it was her, the guy that was carrying her camera and her doing her stuff for her. I need to get an assistant like that. Someone that would be. I'm not big enough for that, but man, an assistant would really help out at a show like that. Who wants to be an assistant with me? Anybody? Anyway, so they push us out the front door. You get out the front door and you got like 12 feet of sidewalk and then the road. And we literally stood out there. It was me, Josh, and John the Wheezies. Who else was Kevin out there for a little while? Fred the Lug, Melissa, Fred's son, whatever. But it was a group of us that we literally stood out in front of the shut down, locked up convention center for about 45 minutes, passing around knives, talking about knives, like we were still in the show. Super cool. Super, super cool. Then we went to dinner. We ended up going travel expenses. You want to pay my travel expenses? I mean, I saved all my receipts. I can file taxes, but you know, it should help, but it's expensive. I live far away. I think Fook says he wants to pay my travel expenses, question mark. So we went and got burgers. A whole bunch of people from Smoky Mountain was there. A lot of people from, we went to, it's called Jake's Burgers. For me to come be your assistants. Oh, well, yeah, if I had someone who was an assistant, they would get something out of the deal. It would be either the room or buying knives for you or something. No, I didn't. She had to take off. She basically bugged out. I don't know what she's a busy girl, you know. I don't think she didn't go out anywhere publicly.
Rob Larchete subscribed to the channel.
Thank you, Rob. Welcome. I do a lot of customs and other crazy stuff on the channel. Stay tuned for that. Right now, we're just recapping Blade Show. It was a great time. Let's keep going. So we had dinner, pulled some knives out, I didn't put that in the video, but I did have the one spot where we had put all our knives on the table at the restaurant, like coolest table in the restaurant, just knives everywhere. Andy from Rosecraft Blades was at the table right next to us. Like I said, there's like people from the event all over the place. But Andy was right next to us, so he ended up, we were kind of at the same table basically because we're both there, so we're chatting back and forth the whole time and just talking about knives, talking about how he used to work for Rough Rider and moved to do in Rosecraft and all the cool things that are going on at Rosecraft. And if for those of you that don't know, I did get a kind of a partnership with Rosecraft. They're doing some pass-arounds with some of the content creators. Titanium Justin in the chat there is one of them as well, but there's like 6 knives right now that are in the pass around, and they're all in different boxes going to different people. So I just got the one I did right before I left for the trip, which was the Okoe, and there was the 2 Okoe knives where they had the burl on the back and then the resin piece in the front. Eagle Scout EDC actually bought one. They're a really cool knife. I didn't get to hold on to them very long. I did the unboxing, and then I basically boxed them up, shipped them off the next day because I had to go to Blade Show. I do have right here, this is the next Rosecraft. So I'm going to do the unboxing for that pretty soon. That'll be coming up. I want to get a lot of my Blade Show stuff out now while it's fresh. Kind of keep a series of it going until I get most of that footage out before you see some unboxings and more customizations. It'll be coming soon. So yeah, we hung out at the burger joint, had a couple beers. I had a margarita and a beer. Then went back to the hotel. I filmed a little bit because I continued to try to post videos and shorts, and I did the daily pocket checks. I did my 600th day in a row of daily pocket check shorts while I was in Blade Show. 605 days in a row I've been doing a pocket check right there every morning. It'd be cool to get, like, if I could take every one of them and have just literally like 600 times. Still would be several minutes. That would be a pain in the ass. My first edit for the montage of the trip to Texas was like 40 some clips. If you ever done editing for videos with music and stuff, try taking 47 individual clips and lining them up, cutting the front and the back so they look good, sticking them all together. It's hours of work. I don't know if I like making videos where I just hit record and then post it. Here it is. You get it raw. You get me just straight up. You see the screw ups, you see everything. So, continuing. Went to bed, got up, went to the show the next day. Next day there was no early bird. Most people already had their tickets or their wristbands. Few people that didn't go the first day, they would have them go up to the ticket counter and then get their ticket or their wristband, get in the line. Same kind of thing. As soon as the doors opened at 10, the line walked right in less than a couple minutes. Boom, we went in. I basically beelined it straight to Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and that's when I went and I talked to Greg and I bought this bad boy from SMKW. I did a little mini unboxing that was on the video that you saw already, and this thing is an absolute hog. It's just enormous. If you remember, here's my other Bowie knife that's a pig. You know, but look at the difference. It's like completely hides behind it. It's just outrageous. Totally outrageous. So I bought that at SMKW. And actually saw another knife that I bought at SMKW later, but we looked at it and then Ken was like, dude, go back and buy that. Or maybe I looked at that later. Either way. So I bought that, but I didn't carry it around. They let me keep it behind the register so I could pick it up later in the day because it's enormous and it's 20 pounds of beastly steel. Make sure to hit that like button, everyone. I appreciate that. Rick? Whew. Take a breath, take a drink. I missed meeting up with some people on the first day. Fred the Lug. So I got a couple stickers from Fred. Pretty good looking stuff, right? And what other ones? So when I bought the Bowie, I got this from SMKW, Saint Bowie, Patriot Saint of Blades. Right? Good times. And okay. So I bought that. Let's continue. I went over to QSP and I said, yep, if that one's still there, I'm going to pick it up. So I bought the QSP Hawk. Just like I said, look at the wrinkles on the piece of wood. It's smooth. You can't feel those at all. This is just a smooth, sanded, gorgeous piece of wood. Stabilized, but then it's got just that excellent feel. Drops great. QSP Hawk. Fun action on that. All right. Stickers away. I will take all these spare stickers. I got to keep one of each one that I got, sure, for my own sticker wall I'll make eventually or whatever. But all the others I've been compiling and will eventually add those. I'm going to do a big 10K giveaway, so be prepared for that. Kim was my sticker picker-upper. She got 2 bags full of them. Yeah, you see, I missed so many. There was so much stuff that I just did not capitalize on, but that is something to live and learn. Okay, so here we go. QSP Hawk joins the lineup of purchases for the weekend. Oh, a magnet. Like, see, it wobbles, but if we go like that, oh, no, I can't. Okay, so went over to Rosecraft, talked to Andy at Rosecraft, and I brought this. I've been still doing this. This was an idea Stacy had seen from someone. Marty McFly, you need that Lefty Spyderco in the collection. I ended up not getting it. We will talk about that in a little bit, McFly. Or we could talk about it right now. There was a booth that had a Lefty Spyderco compression lock, like PM2. And so it has the flicking hole on it, right? So I grabbed it and I went like this, and it didn't do that. It did this. And I tried it again, and it did this. And I tried it again, and it did this. And then I tried it again, and it opened. I'm like 1 out of 5 or less. And if I'm going to spend $200 on a knife, I want this. You know what I mean? I want it to just open every time. I don't want to have to try to figure it out. And I think the issue is I don't think that they're specifically made as well for me particularly. I have really long hands, really long fingers. And so with a Spidey, there's the hole right there. I got to go like this. I got to curl this finger way up and get in there. So now I can use that same finger and ride it all the way around, and my finger's still bent. Do you see what's happening? So someone who has a short hand, their finger would be like this. When they go to flick, their finger lets it go right there, and then the blade is free to swing out. My finger can get out there, get stuck, and so 80-90% of the time I can't flick one out. And to me, $200, I want that bad boy to just open perfectly. Like an odd 21. We are so close, Ken. One more spot and we're there. So I did not buy the Lefty Spyderco. So I did show this to Andy, and he said it's such a nice one. He said he likes a stiff pull, but his wrists and his hands, he's like, ba-da-da-da-da. He's super strong. But he worked this a bit, and now, of course, I'm sweating. It's much looser than it was when I got it, and I feel like I'm going to break it in, and my Zambezi should be good. That chunk of wood is gorgeous. So I'm continuing to do the kind of leave it halfway on the spring tension, like that. and then just set it over there, and then hopefully it'll kind of continue to loosen up a little bit more. Shack hands. 80% of the time I can't flick one out is 100% true. Nothing a little surgery couldn't fix. You need a 3-day blade show where you buy day 1, then live stream day 2 and 3. If only there was a 3-day show. Atlanta's a 3-day show. I'm pretty sure Atlanta's a 3-day show. You should check out the new smock that just went on sale at Blade HQ. Remind me of that in a minute. Onward. So, I decided to keep my Zambezi, but I bought a couple knives from Rosecraft. I did buy a slip, so I picked up one slip. Nice little Rosecraft slip. We'll go ahead and maybe we'll set that right there for now. And then I picked up 2 Rosecrafts. First one I got was this one here. 80% of the time it works every time. What's up, Sever7? We're going through my Blade Show haul. So I saw this one. I found out this is actually one of Andy's maker's marks, the skull. But tell me that's not a really cool little badge on there, the skull badge. Nice half stop. This is the bow trapper, Rosecraft. This was what I was looking for. I could not find a case. I went to case, couldn't find some. What's up, Renee Ramon? Looked at some knives at case, couldn't find anything that I wanted that was a big slip joint that had the price I liked on it. But I saw this one at Rosecraft Blades. It's got a nice half stop on there. Boom. Great feel. Big handle. And I like the curve on it. It feels like it kind of helps. I could pull and it just is stuck in my hand. Nice user. This is what I was looking for in kind of a slip joint. So Rosecraft for the win. And then we've got this one from Rosecraft, the Teardrop Tanaki or something like that. This is actually going to be going to our wonderful Kathleen. Titanium Justin said he wanted me to pick this one up. So Titanium Justin footed the bill, and we're going to be shipping this one to Kathleen. I believe it's like a Tanaki, something like that. Really cool looking. Yeah, the Obed Creek Bow Trapper right there. Thank you, Renee. I carry one on you. Carry one of these? Dude, isn't this knife awesome? Crazy how I fall into like, oh, slip joint. Yep. I mean, this is my favorite one from the show as far as folders, but that one's cool. So this one's going to be going to Kathleen. It's got a nice pull. Feels good. This one will apple all day. Just whoosh, whoosh, apple. You're going to be appling it. Marty, Rosecraft is a U.S. company, but they do source some stuff not in the U.S. What's up, Nicola? What is up? Then we've got the lovely Odd 21. Oh, my hand is, sorry. So back over to Concept. We did look at this one on the first day. It is in my first video. This is the Concept Odd 21. We have a rear flipper and a front flipper. Very snappy action. Frame lock. The blade is Damascus with a gorgeous, look at that finish on there. Look at that angle. Ken fixed. Do you see this glorious thing of beauty? What's up, Laid Off Pete? Kathleen Smith. Tanasi Lake Teardrop. Awesome. Thanks to both Justin and Dan. There it is, Kathleen. So yeah, this is the Concept Odd 21. Titanium on the frame. Frame lock. Drop shut. Front flipper. Flips out real easy. Thumb front flip. snappy as can be. You get in there, swing it shut. It's Damascus. So their Damascus is a combo of 9CR and 420, I believe, on this one here. The gold accents in the holes. I'm not always a big fan of like holes, but this one's built for speed. This one is built for speed. I went ahead and sent you that Seaox stuff over on Instagram. Boom. There it is. Gorgeous. I should put this one down here. No, I'm gonna put these two down here. Boom, boom. This one up here. We can tighten it up a little bit. Slap, slap, slap. There we go. All right, so we got the Odd 21 from Concept. That one is a $200 knife. They gave it to me. That's the one I gave him the puppy dog eyes. I looked at Joyce and I was like, for me, $100. Can't beat that. That's why you got to go to Blade Show. You get the deals. Had to have it. Splitting Slices. Howdy. Concept has really stepped up their game this past year, but need to be based on Vosteed and Kaiser. Kaiser for sure. Smell that. Nice leather bound. Okay, continuing on. We were standing there, picked that up, and then I turned around and sorry. Oh, I'm broken. And Tack Knives is right behind. That kind of knife I could carry around every day. Doesn't have to be that fancy. Right? This is one you could totally carry around every day. This would be like a secondary for me. You get a fidgety one and then this one all day. No problem. So I turn around, Tack Knives is right behind me, and someone, I don't know who had one. Somebody else already had one, but I went and looked. They have some smalls, and they have some larges. This is the smaller version of the Tack Knives. What's it called again? The Georgie or something like that? Justin, do you remember what this is called? So Tack Knives, it's got that real nice kind of camo carbon in the front. TK on the clip, and look at the action on this. Boom. Whoops. Show some love, like and sub, turn notifications on for bonus footage. The Benji. This is the Tack Knives Benji. Not a huge auto guy, but look at that Warney blade. Just in time. No, I don't. Boom. 100,000 of 500,000 opens. Benji after his son. The blade shape, so cool. The action's great. It's actually pretty solid for an OTF. And it's just, you just want to just flick, flick, flick. Good stuff. So I turned around and picked that up. Not sure what retail price is. At the show, it was $50. What's up, just in time? Good to see you. It is cool, right? I mean, it's just that action. It's just crazy how quick and snappy it is. That is just something about this for a little secondary does kind of tick the boxes. $50 at the show. The Benji was $50 at the show. For that price, with that action and that blade. Who was it? Justin and KC both have one. They said that theirs was not very sharp. And on a live, I did a paper cut test, and it made a couple cuts pretty good. There was a little teeny burr right there, but it's actually pretty fun. Cool OTF toothpick. What's up, Jay? And we got another Paul Mills. Going through the knives I picked up at the show. Excuse me. So we had to run back over. Oh, I forgot about that. So if you guys remember my Latama Victorium, I've done two videos on Latama Victoriums. There was one that I got. It was the blue titanium Yuki. And then I did a review on the Latama Victorium.
Tim Alstrom subscribed to the channel.
Thank you, Tim. Welcome. Welcome. Now I can't remember the name of the other one. But I did the other one, Fred the Lug sent to me for a review. Really nice button lock. Cool knife. Latama makes some very, very fun stuff. Long story short, I had that. This is the Yuki. Kenman, your Yuki was blue. My Yuki was blue. Went and talked to them over there. Real great. Got some footage you can see on the video I posted. Talked about ways we could fix the blue one. And then he basically said, Paul's always win giveaways. He said, why don't you just take another one? So he went through and found one that had a good button, liked the way I feel on it. And then he said, you know what? I know he recognized me. We'd been talking a little bit. And he said that he liked that I do anodizing titanium. He's like, well, why don't you take one that doesn't have the blue on it, and then you could anodize it. So now I have a completely fresh Yuki, unanodized. We can anode the handle, the back spacer, and the clip. And the button does not stick at all. The other one, it would work great about 20 times, and it was like the spring would kind of all of a sudden get stuck, and there'd be like 2 or 3 where it would be really stiff, and then it would be really good again. And then 20 or 30 more times, and then it would get stiff again. This now is a perfect Yuki. Really cool looking knife. CPM 20CV on that blade, dual grind. Gorgeous looking, hollow right through there, slicey, nice button lock. I like the titanium. What color should we do? Should we do a two-tone, where we could do the 2 scales, and then we could do the back spacer and the clip in a different color? Let me know. We'll be doing that sometime. Action is great. They had one that was an auto, where it was a scale slide. So like where my index fingers are, you would slide them down like that. You'd slide it just a little bit, and that would deploy the auto. Oh, super cool knife. The one they had there was $1,200. They looks like they are partnering with someone and are looking to do a budget version later in the year. So I didn't actually buy the Yuki. It was swapped out. I had issues with mine just a little bit, and they basically gave me the new one. So unpurchased, but added to the group of the ones that I got. Building the collection of the purchases for the year. Message retracted. All right. Ken Fixed asked me to go back to Rough Rider because we saw a Rough Rider Reserve. It's already out of the box, but let me show you the difference. The Rough Rider Reserve, it's wrapped up in this cloth, and then it comes in a box. So here's the box. Got your Rough Rider Reserve box, and then the tube, kind of like the tubes that you get from Jack Wolf, right? And then the knife was in there wrapped up inside this tube. So the Rough Rider Reserve is a little bit of a step up from your standard Rough Rider. And this is the one that we got right here. And basically Ken said on the live, he's like, go buy that Reserve toothpick and we'll use it for a giveaway. So we're going to save this for probably the 10K giveaway. But as far as Rough Riders go, this thing is very well built. Very smooth, Great attention to detail. All the where the scale lays in there is just very well done. Very thick on the bolster. See that right there? Tight action. Got a nice half stop. Look at this toothpick blade. Slams out. This thing is solid. No play, no movement. It's got a hard push, so you can even push on your thumb like that, and I'm not really getting it to break at all. But look at that. Focus. There. So this one retails, I don't know, well, at the show, it was like 60, 65 bucks. What was it? 60 bucks? Super cool. We will be giving this away on the channel, so if you like the style of this, you may own this at some point in time. Or if you have to have it now, go check out the Rough Rider Reserves. That would look amazing with my Reds clothing. Dude, right? The colors are fantastic. The craftsmanship on this, I mean, some people will say, oh, it's a slip joint Rough Rider. That's not up to my standards. But this one is. This thing is really, really cool. I really like it. What's the OAL original OA? What? Why is my brain not working right now? What, Renee? Huh? Blade steel? Or what are we looking at? What are we asking? I think it's D2. There it is. Overall length. Is that what that is? Yeah, so it's a D2 blade. You can see it right there. Rough Rider RO52 D2. Let's get out the ruler. Boom, boom. Can you replace those inlays? I mean, they're pinned. They're pinned, so, I mean, come on, focus. Wow, there we go. Overall length, 7 1/8. 7 1/8. Blade is 3 inches, 3 1/4 to the bolster, and the handle is 3 7/8. Pretty sweet. I really, really like that. The thing is cool. Rough Rider Reserve. Then, well, other than on the way back, we'll skip ahead. But yeah, I only have 2 knives left that I bought. The last purchase I made was probably the favorite knife from the trip. Here it is, right here in its glory. Look at this wood shimmer. Wait, let's get some focus on there. Come on, please. Why you gotta be like that? So it has like that tiger eye. If it would actually not, why not focus on the one thing that's in front of you? No, it's gonna focus purposely on that right there. Makes 0 sense. It has tiger eye kind of tendencies in the wood if we could not have to play these focus games. How? But of course it's not going to show. Basically when you shift it back and forth where the wrinkle is, it's like dark where the wrinkle is and it's light next to it. And then you shimmer it this way and then all of a sudden the dark spot looks light and the light spot looks dark. There you go. See that? Boom, boom, boom. Very hard to get to show up on camera. But we've got the Seaox fixed blade. This is a one-of-a-kind, handmade, gorgeous piece from Seaox. Right there. We have a white paper micarta section over a koa wood, and then a Magna Cut blade. With that satiny finish. Got that little choke up spot right there. Feels perfect. Different lighting. Well, it's just the stupid focus. I mean, there you go. Look at that right there. Can you see that right there in the wood? Boom. But yeah, handmade, one of a kind little piece. He's one of those guys that had a table that he had maybe a dozen knives total that he brought with him to the show. I think this, like if you were to buy it on its own, it would have been $300. I think his show price was $250. He gave me $30 off of that. Actual first Magna Cut knife. On that badass Carol Baskin. It's Magna Cut. So we could chuck this in the ocean if we want, I guess. Kevin Smith and Knives, I held that knife. It's really nice. All of them were. For sure. But yeah, this one was the one fixed blade that I picked up. I actually saw him last year at that table. Wasn't as into the fixed blades last year, let alone spending a couple $100 on one. So it wasn't really in my range of something I wanted last year, but I really appreciated, saw them, thought they looked great. So saw his table again this year, went and talked to him. He had several Magna Cuts, some Damasteel, and then some that he had that were around 150 or so that were D2. But they were gorgeous. There was some wood that he had that was just the pieces of wood he got for the handles was definitely, you could tell he spent the time using chunks that are just gorgeous. Really, really nice character to them. So that is my Seaox fixed. The blade shape, I just love it. Where the point is, the size it is for my hand specifically, it just sits in there great. I can ride in there. My finger sits right on the end for making some cuts. For getting in here like this and just doing some push cuts or something. I love it. It was another one where I saw it, fell in love with the style, the way the piece of wood and the white paper micarta edge around there, and then just that satiny finish of the Magna Cut. Just woke up from my nap. Other than that, not much. Rough Rider Reserve has a kayak lockback I think you'd like. I'll check that out. I have a kayak, I believe one of the Rosecrafts is called like the kayak something that I'm supposed to be getting sometime soon to check out. Alright, let's slide these up. The action on this one again. Whoosh. Solid stuff. Boom, boom, boom. Throw that one in right there. Thing of beauty. Look at all these gorgeous knives. I do have one more knife that I got on the way home from the trip. As I was saying before, I don't have them out right now, but I have the auto comb that I got. Go like this. See that move? Trick photography. The auto comb I got at the gas station on the way. This ugly thing I got at the gas station on the way. And then on the way home, okay. On the way home, discussion real quick. Just in time. Look at this. Didn't you get the big Bowie? I did. It doesn't, da, 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 da. You just can't get look at this. It's out of control how big this thing is. It's just, Look at that. Like, I'm not a small guy. Right? Dude, had to. Greg gave me this for 20 bucks, bro. $20? How can anything other than sushi for 20 bucks? You got stag, you got stabilized wood, you got the brass, you got 18 pounds of steel right there. This is guaranteed for life. It is not a sword. In normal people's hands, it looks like a sword, yeah. But this is a Bowie knife. This can, if someone asks what my biggest, look at this choke up spot. You gotta have a choke up spot. But when anyone ever asks what's your biggest knife, it used to be this. Look at how huge this thing is. Look at how huge that is. No, negative Ghost Rider. The monstrosity exists in the house now. It's so rad. So rad. Can you imagine carrying that monster? Dude, we're talking Scout. Right? Do you want the handle sticking out or the blade? That's a knife. See? Come on. I mean, come on. It makes me happy. That's what, you know what that is? That makes me happy. That's what's up. That's what's up. Laughing my, yeah, dude, it's, you should have seen the joy it brings me. I tell you, just the knife people and talking to people and looking at stuff. And there, I was given hell from people. They're like, you literally, Kenman, you literally just bought this and then went over and bought this. Like, yeah, I did. I did. And I'd do it again. No problem. I want one. You can get them on SMKW for like 40 bucks. 40 bucks. Does it come with a Kydex sheath? No. It came with a leather sheath. One of them like banded kind of braided kind of leather sheaths. I should make a huge, like a neck knife for it. Is what someone said during the live. What time is it? 7:43. Wow. Neat. Okay. So I did bust through all the knives. I do have some other swag and stuff I got. But on the way home, I did find one other gas station that had gas station knives. And I walked in and it was like, hallelujah. Like, I saw it. I went in, I'm like, okay, I bought the gas. I'm like, I'm going to run in and go to the bathroom real quick. Maybe this might be one. But it was kind of one of those things where I was going for time on the way home. It was a 14-hour, 13-minute drive. And it took me 14 hours and 45 minutes. I made 3 stops. During those stops, I got gas, I went to the bathroom, I got gas, I went to the bathroom, I got gas, I went to the bathroom, and I just got back on the road, nailed it, got some food, ate the food in the car, and literally 14 hours and 45 minutes with 3 stops, I made it from Fort Worth to Minneapolis, crushed it. But I bought the gas at the one stop, and I was like, okay, I put my card in, I paid for the gas, I'm like, okay, I'm going to run in, I'm going to go to the bathroom, I'm going to take a quick look, and then we're going to get on the road. And as soon as I walked in the door, I looked to the right and I saw some shelves that had like shot glasses and keychains and shit. And I was like, oh, okay. And then as I turned in the corner to go in the bathroom, that's when I spotted, I was like, I saw a square case and I was like, bingo, ding, 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 ding. And so I went in, I peed as fast as I possibly could. And then we went out and I went up, and as I walked up, I was like, jackpot. One of those rotating cases, 2 sides, had maybe 8 or 9 knives on each side, and they had the Valhalla. The Valhalla, for those of you who have not seen, they had this. I already have it. So as soon as I saw that, I knew, like, okay, I'm in the right place. They're going to have something I'm pulling out of that case and taking it home. I have not bought my last knife, Blade Show Texas yet. And looked on the one side, turned, and as soon as I saw the other side and I saw this, it looked like a butterfly knife at first, but it is not. But I was like, oh, mama, oh, baby. And I said, can I see that? And as soon as he grabbed it, I could tell, oh, it is not a butterfly knife. Because if you look, it almost looks like it wants to be, right? But then I looked and I was like, oh, wait, here we go. Dude, the Battle Buddy. Tell me that's not a winner, huh? So I found an actual gas station knife at an actual gas station. I mean, this one as well, the other two. This one is an assisted open, crazy, it's a moth knife. This just fits my gas station collection to a T, and it was purchased at an actual gas station. Solid assisted opening, Battle Buddy for the win. Right? Tell me that's not just sick. So ridiculous. I'm at the gas station and I barely got outside and I was just like, dude, how did I get so lucky to have found this? Was the only one in that case. That was another thing when you find these things. This is a Kenman knife for sure. They had 20 knives in that case and there were no two that were the same. It was like they're getting this variety pack of these absolute gems. And here we are. So I snagged that one on the way home. Happy to have picked it up. So I do have one more knife from the show. This one is actually Fred the Lugs. But Fred had a lot of cool knives. He sent me a few knives for review in the past. I did steal that one knife from him during the show, which I didn't. It was just kind of a fun joke. That one will provide you fun for years. Indeed, Kathleen. Knife of the year. Ha! No doubt. So, yeah, Fred, when we were all standing outside, I was talking before, we're all outside. Fred had a cool one that we were all passing around, and I'm like, dude, this one's sweet, I'm keeping it. And it was like, we all kind of had a good laugh, right? And then when it was kind of winding down, I was standing there and everyone was kind of talking separately or whatever, and it was just me and Fred talking, and Fred's like, well, if you like it, if you want to borrow it for the night, you could make a video or whatever. And I said, cool, thanks. So I put it in my pocket, and I ended up making that video that night and posting it the next day. It was the one with the cool laser mark swirls on it. And so we left. No one knew that had occurred. And we go to the bar and we get some food and we're hanging out. And then we start showing knives on the table. And then I pulled it out. And the thing is because the way it was fed up from the way it was before at the thing, they didn't know Fred had given it to me. They thought I actually slipped it off of Fred without letting him know. And they were like, oh, you did steal it. It was hilarious. And I was like, no, I'm just making a video or whatever. But I gave that one back to him. And then before the end of the show, he gave me this one to do a review on. This is the Concept Tipper. Boosh. Look at this beauty. So I can't remember who makes this. Someone can chime in. But the maker, they didn't have this one at the Concept booth, but the maker had this one over at his booth. So you've got that real gorgeous Damascus pattern. Look at the pattern on that crazy blade shape. And then you have that lightning anno on this titanium. That is crazy. I would say if anything, it feels like it could be slick. It's not right now. It's got some grip to it, but I could see how some people, I had a couple lightning annos that kind of felt a little slick. Thumb stud, boom, flips out, frame lock, gorgeous knife. forget Blade Show. All the good stuff is in the case of the gas station. Just in time, I think I want to go on road trips and actually try to find gas station knives in the wild. It would be awfully expensive, but you won't have to spend a lot of money on the knives. Right? So, yeah, Fred the Lugs, you'll get a review of this one pretty soon. He did pick it up at show. Wow. Talk about say someone's name. Speak of the devil, is that what they say? There's Fred right there. What's up, Fred? Edgy black work. And no focus. Come on, kids. Why? I need somebody to, you know, buy me a nice camera, I guess. Jesus. Edgy black blade works. Really cool. Thank you for letting me borrow this, Fred. I'll get the video shot over this weekend, and then you can let me know if you want me to send it to you or sending it out to someone else. I do want to try some lightning anno. I've been kind of looking into it. It looks like you heat it up and then chuck it into a container of ferric chloride, which I have. So I could try it at some point. It's kind of fun. This one turned out great, and that blade looks really good. Action is nice. Boom. Fred picked up some cool stuff. What was that one in the video on day one? The super thick blade. That man, that thing was super cool. A lot of fun knives, a lot of fun people. It was a great weekend. So yeah, got this one from Fred to mess around with for a few more days. Watch out for the review on that coming pretty soon. And those were the knives from the trip. I do have a few more stickers I got we can go through quick here. We've got Broken Anvil Knife Works. What's anybody know about that? Broken Anvil. Nobody cares. Try harder. Modern Savage. JD Custom Knives. Several Rosecrafts. So I got a bunch of those. We'll give out some of those in my next giveaway. I'll put some stickers aside for that. From TCal. Was over at TCal for a while. They got some really cool stuff. They're actually the ones who helped Melissa Backwoods make her design for her knife that's going to be coming out at Atlanta. I don't have your Latama. Fred? Yeah, I'm thinking of the in that video it was the J Cape, I think is the one. I don't have your Latama though. All I have is this one, Fred. Right? So these are Band-Aids from TCal. Got a bunch of those. So I'll hand out a few Be Less Dumb Band-Aids for some giveaways as well. What Latama are you thinking about, Fred? I had your Latama. I have my Latama right here. My swap out. TCal was giving away shirts too. Didn't give me one. I filmed over there. They showed me their new knives. I asked them what was the hot stuff. I got the stickers. That's what they handed me, was the stickers. And so they must have already given away the shirts. I didn't jump on asking people for stuff soon enough, I guess. Maybe I could have received more, but I didn't. Anyone know if the stolen $2,500 Marphone was ever found? I didn't know that happened. That's crazy. Big Idea Designs doing cards. They did some cards last year with some of the makers. They're going to be continuing to do these kind of like a Pokemon card or whatever. So they were handing out sleeves. I picked up one. So this was the card this year, Blade Show Texas 2025, Fort Worth. Kevin Smith and Knives, they gave you 2. What? Yeah, I need a hype person. I need Mick Ranger or someone next to me just walking around and be like, oh, he does content, you know, give him. I need an assistant. That's what I need. Yeah, my Latama, I could flame anno this. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, the flame anno does look really cool. I'm going to try it at some point. Or lightning. You're right, lightning. So I got my first Blade Show Texas card. You want to see what my goal, my dream would be. Just get big enough so that Big Idea ends up making a card with me on it. I know they are making more cards with more people. They're going to continue to expand it. I'm nobody. But that would be a cool goal of me, for me, to get them to make a card of me. We'll see. I probably need to get another 10, 20,000 subs before that happens, but it'd be cool. Yeah, Kevin, I mean, I'd take it. I'd take it, I'd wear it. I'd take it and do it for a giveaway, but I mean, I could be greedy, right? I didn't get enough stuff to give away. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm still going to do some giveaways. We'll just buy knives and do customs for you and stuff. Gotta run. Everyone have a good night, says Clint. Thanks for hanging out, Clint. Biscuiteer. Not sure if it's credible, but this was the thread for the stolen knife. Oh, it's probably not going to let you link it, Biscuiteer, unfortunately. Where you could just, without posting an actual link, you could give us the name of the title of the video or something like that. Don't ever say you're nobody. That's just not true. Nick, aw, I appreciate that. I don't feel, do I deserve a card right now from Big Idea Design? I don't know. I'd like one, that'd be cool. I'm probably the only sports card enthusiast in the bunch, but that was cool. Look what I found recently, Gabe. Oh no, I can't show it to you. I was digging through my old stuff and I found some Star Wars cards, which doesn't seem like much. Here I am. Here I go. Doesn't matter. Here they are. I found this pack in with my toys. But this is there's a stick of gum in there. Empire Strikes Back, 25 cents. I looked this up. I don't know what the good pulls are from this, but it is, there it is, 1980. There might be a card inside there that could have a couple dollars worth of value. I don't know. But it's crazy. Sealed pack of cards. Kevin says, I'll send you the shirt for you and a ton of stickers for giveaways. I appreciate that. Something to work towards. EDC cards are cool. It's kind of fun. If Raven can get one, you can get one eventually. They are making more, and I did get pretty friendly with those guys at Big Idea. And not that that's what I was trying to do. It's just you start meeting people, you talk to people, and you end up seeing them again and becoming a little more friendly, and then next thing you know, you're just chatting about whatever, which is great. That's why this community is so awesome. Just everyone is just really cool, laid back, fun. Oh, they did give me one of these. I got the Be Less from TCal, so they did give me one other thing. I got this patch, the Be Less Dumb Band-Aid patch. When are we making a collectible knife trading card game? Exactly. I think Big Idea might be working on that. I don't know. So I got that one. I got another patch. Knife to Meet Ya. Whoops, sorry. This patch I got from the Latama Victorium booth. That's kind of another fun patch. I did get one other patch from Latama Victorium. This is their LV cat logo. Patch. Patch. It's a patch. Making friends is what it's all about. I have a Be Less Dumb hoodie, says Nick. For sure. Very cool. Then we got a little glow-in-the-dark keychain from Rhino. I guess Lanyard Man got a bunch of stuff from Rhino, but I didn't monopolize on the situation. They did have a drop bear that they had. It had a Bowie point, or no, a Tonto blade, and then it had the clear scales, and it had glow Rhino stuff in it. So that was kind of a cool, fun one. Swag does rule. I need to get more of it. I apologize that I did not try. Time went way too fast, and I didn't monopolize on it. If I get me an assistant to help me for the show, we could crush. Who wants to be my assistant? Tritium is awesome. Yeah, and it had the gorgeous drop bear action and feel, and then it had that cool Tonto blade on there that I hadn't seen before, and then the clear Lexan scales. Fun. Plus the glow. Yeah, Dave, you should take a picture of your drop bear and put that on your profile. Kevin Smith bought one of their pry bars. I didn't see their pry bars. See, I missed out on all this fun stuff. There are so many things you miss out on. T-Kel. T-Kel did give me a coin, I guess. Big old T-Kel challenge coin. Animal or circus animal from T-Kel. That's a huge coin. Look at that. That's a huge... Right? So I got the T-Kel circus animal coin. So they did give me a few things. That's okay. Atlanta is coming soon. Help me get to Atlanta. Who can help me find a way to get to Atlanta? I also got a coin from Rosecraft. So a slightly smaller coin, a little bit easier because of the size. Get all the way under there and just grab it. I'm carrying an Agent 001 right now. LOL. So you're going to show us what you got at Blade Show. Biscuiteer, just realized you picked up that Corey Star Fox Magna Cut knife. That's the best design, but those map-looking scales were awesome. Dude, the scales, that was wood, but it totally looked like a map. So rad. But this is Magna Cut, and I'm trying to find the best angle. This is the one right here. Look at the wood. See how it starts to morph and change? I don't know how well that's turning out on your feed, but it's got that tiger eye, cat's eye kind of a thing that it does with the koa. So it it just gets darker and lighter, and the wrinkles change. Oh my God. CW is the best. T-Kel is an awesome knife company. Yeah, they are cool. They were fun. They had some nice stuff. But yeah, that Seaox, woof. I did show off the table there, and I was in the video, I was like, will I buy this knife? Stay tuned. And yes, I did. Any new knife brands that stuck out to you? I would say the stuff like at Latama. This is the Latama Victorium Yuki. They had some cool stiletto, knives that look like this, but they were like the autos, knives like this, except for not a comb and several $100s of quality. But this is their Yuki button lock. They have a few other models. They had one that was an auto that you would pull it had the scales, so your right fingers, you would slide down just a little bit like that. and that would make the auto pop out. Very, very cool looking stuff. The version they had there was like $1,200. Excellent. The comb is cool. Yeah, I got this at an actual gas station on the way, and I carried it in my back pocket on day one, and people are like, oh, what cool stuff did you get? And quite a few times I pulled this out, and people were instantly like, oh yeah, check it out, let me see it, like, of course. My favorite, I have two favorites from the show. This is probably my favorite overall. Just something about this is just gorgeous. That Magna Cut satiny looking blade shape, the way it feels in my hand. I just love everything about how gorgeous this knife is. But I would say otherwise overall, my most user kind of something I want to carry around more. This is more, I'm going to love it at home and not use it quite as often. I don't always carry a fixed blade, but I could carry this beast Goblin XL anytime. I love the way the frag feels. The handle feels great. Getting in there and making cuts, doing work, nice and sharp. S35 VN and the titanium. This is my win for the show. I dig it. Tuck Knives makes a dual action knife actually. Did anybody see it was at the Boker booth? They had a knife where it had a lefty, so this is a frame lock. Let me get a liner lock. This one will be easier to see. So see how this is the standard liner lock, right? You reach in there and do that. They had a knife that basically it had the liner lock on both sides, but the one side, so like now it's set up righty, it looked just like this, right? So what they had is this little pop thing right here. You would pop this out, pop off the clip, turn this piece this direction, and then put the clip on the other side. And then when you did that, it would lock up that liner, and then it would release the frame or the liner lock on the other side. So when you had it set in one conversion, it was a full right-handed liner lock with a righty clip. When you took it off, it takes 30 seconds or less. You pop it off, you turn it around, you put it back on, and then you now have a lefty liner lock with a lefty clip. This is the QSP Hawk. Yes, this is the QSP Hawk. I just am showing you this as an example of what that knife was, where it had a left and a right side liner lock. It was pretty neat. It will be, it's in my live, but it's in live day one. But I will pull that clip and post some clips so you can kind of see some shorter clips from my lives without having to watch through the whole thing. Nick has a mini Goblin from Concept. It's good. I always wanted the XL. Yeah, this is the XL. I had to get the big boy because I don't know if they had the mini Goblin. But this Hawk is super cool. Really fun wood on that handle. Excellent looking wrinkles on it. The bearings just make it drop. Flicks out really easy. Just a great action on that one right there. Got the two from QSP. Here's my other QSP. This is the Chef Master. Tell me you couldn't get in there tight and just tear through some cardboard with this bad boy. The way your hand gets locked in with that finger choil. Oh, the Concept looks kind of like a Kaiser Hawk. Yeah, it kind of does. We can do that comparison. Blade shape. Got some similarities to it. Finishing the mod on which one, Gabe? Yeah, it does though. These do have some similar blade shape to them. No doubt. Which one, Gabe, are you talking about? I apologize. I didn't follow that one. Yeah, the finger choil on this Chef Master, oh, goodness gracious. Just getting in there and doing some work. Another one where I just saw the shape, I was instantly drawn to it, picked it up, held it, and was like, yep, I'll take this one, David. Here's the Nest Street. This is the tenable version of the Nest Street. If I was a Gwar, my name would be Humidorous Choil. That's fun. Humongous Choil. So yeah, $40 for this tenable Nest Street. Who's got one? Nice action on there. Nice little thumb spot, kind of curves up. No jimps, but does feel nice that the blade kind of swoops up a little bit. Get in there and do some work. Swing it out with the button real easy. The blue-purple one. Oh! No! I still got to finish that. My bad. It got crazy the last couple weeks up to Texas and then just getting some stuff done. And I didn't have a chance to get to doing some blade etching because I needed to figure out what I was going to do because I want to do the screws, but I was trying to research on baskets or how to do the screws or coating the threads, etc., etc. You have the concept in 154. Oh, the Nest Street. Very cool. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I do love the Hawk. I was meeting with, at CJRB Artisan Cutlery, they got a new designer, Dustin. And I was showing him some of my knives. He was showing me the knives that he designed and stuff. We're talking. Showed him some of my favorites from the year. And I laid the Kaiser Hawk out on the table. And he knew exactly what it was. He was like, oh, I've heard some people talking about that. I haven't touched it yet. And I'm like, well, there you go. Pick it up. Check it out. And he's like, yeah, I've heard some things. Pros and cons. And I'm like, okay. What do you got? Now watch my face. This is what he did. He picked it up and he went like this. He went like this. Watch my face. Now he went. And then he did this again and was like, okay. He's like, yeah, that's sound. And it just drops. Look at this. Whoosh. And then the righty, you just drop it to the thumb and then let go. And it just, as soon as you get your thumb out of the way, boom. Boom. I love it. DLC coated M390 and titanium on that pig. What do you think about the Kaiser Cormorant? I think it's interesting. I've held them. I've touched them. I don't have one. I may buy one at some point. You did not miss it, Gabe. I got the Road to Blade Show text. I'm back. I've got several things that I need to get done and start getting shipped out ASAP this next week or two. This last half of March, I'm going to be crushing. I got a lot of plans, made some notes, getting organized. It'll be soon. Is it a user? Yes. Yes, it is. Why is the Vosteed Psyop in the new Fat Carbon the same price as the titanium? 90 more than the other material. Yeah, I don't know. Because they're gouging. Speaking of blue-purple anode, Jared's machine-wise Sonora anodizing look. Yeah, dude. Jared had some really cool knives. That anode was really nice. That fade, that blue-purple fade, very well done. The color looked really nice. 500 Kaisers and no Cormorant? Shame, shame, shame. For shame. Get the Kubi Blackout. Why don't I recognize that one? Kubi Blackout. Kubi blackout. What's that all about, Justin? Justin's moving up in my, when he makes a recommendation, not that I don't take other people's recommendations, I do. I'm always looking for more knives, but the last couple that Justin showed me, I bought. I bought them. I was like, yeah, yep, I do need to get that one, Justin. You are correct, sir. Oh, you know what I did not show? There you have it. I do have a couple more things to swag, and this. Boom. I bought an Alti clip. I bought another Alti clip. I won't. You want a blackout from KC? So the Alti clip that I got is different though. Look at this. It is a, there's several setups for it. Read the instructions probably. But why would I do that? So here it is. So if you're gonna put this like on one of these, it is literally, it's a one hole mount. See that? So it'd be one hole, it's stiff. You know, so when you get that in there, that's gonna push down and wanna be tight. But then you've got, basically, you could have it right in there, and then you could twist it and, you know, have it like this if you want to do like a scout carry or make it totally different. I'm not really sure how awesome it is, but it is a single point attach. Here is a spot where you can make it kind of like a double, where you can have it, I don't know exactly how it works, but I saw it and it looked interesting for the smaller ones. They were saying sometimes when people have the smaller fixed blades, in some cases this one works really good. Or maybe on this fixed blade, because this sheath, the size of it, I could maybe mount that right there. And then this is the one that's for my Seaox. Look at that, nice and tight. And then boom, put that right there like that. Potential. I don't know. Alti clips, the several versions that they have are really all between like, you know, $15 and $20. This one was all like 15 bucks. Got a few different types and section pieces for it. This is called the all-purpose clip. The other one I got is like the Alti clip 3 or something like that, the one that I already have on my, this one right here. So that's a 2-point versus the other one's kind of a 1. Figured for the price it was cheap enough, and might as well just pick one up when I was there. So there's my Alti clip. I did also get a couple of these. I got a couple t-shirts. Best Damn EDC Klingman. So Civivi shirt. Got 2 of those. And then another Civivi shirt, but this one's just the plain Civivi logo with a couple blades for the eyes. So I got a couple shirts. I'll be using the shirts for some giveaways. Maybe what did I get? I think I got 4 of those shirts. Maybe I might keep one for myself, give the other 3 away. Ah, my elbow hurts. I'm getting old, falling apart. The clip looks like those spinning gyro wheels. Oh yeah, and you get it and it goes up and around and over it and up and around and back. That's funny. Now I have to buy a Klingman. Why do I have to buy a Klingman? Or I have to buy a Cormorant? What's a Klingman? Justin's just spitting them out. Blackout, Cormorant, Klingman. Who makes the Klingman? What am I missing out on here? Justin. So many Kubies. Your shirt. Oh! Duh. The best damn EDC, yeah. Tyler's design. The Klingman. Justin, recommend me one Kaiser knife middle price range, please. What was the Civivi shirt? Yeah, it was the Civivi shirt. Tyler Martin, best damn EDC partnership with Civivi. I'm losing my mind. The Klingman. Now I'm going to have to buy a Klingman. I'm holding up the damn shirt and I already instantly forgot. Because that's how good I am. I'm so good. What was the Civivi shirt? Ah, dang. I broke this elbow years ago, and every once in a while it just starts acting up. I haven't really done anything to it except for pick this up. Pick this up a few times. Biscuiteer, the Mini Mystic. Kaiser Bugai is a great EDC. If I were just to recommend a Kaiser right now, if I go through all of them quick, one more. I've got a lot. That's good enough, I guess, for now. Alright, Kaiser. You want to get a small Kaiser, you get a full-size Milita or you get the mini Milita. Mini Milita will work just fine. Fantastic little size. Get in there and do the work. Mini Milita or regular Milita. Front flipper, nice hole for thumbing out or flicking out. A lot of different variations of that Mini Milita. Super cool. Boom, get one. Mini Momo. Get the full-size Momo, but the Mini Momo is basically a 4-inch handle, full-size kind of knife. Momo is great. Got that cool front flipper. You can get on there and index finger, flick it out. Boom. Kaiser Amicus. Just want a nice small button lock that's not too expensive, that works basically every time. There you go. Kaiser Amicus. Simple, cheap, 30 to 50 bucks maybe. 154 cm, I believe, on this one. And just boom, look at that. Flipper tab button. Flipper tab button. Just works great. Kaiser Amicus. Awesome knife. Kaiser Lieb. You want to step up from the Amicus just a little bit? Get the Lieb. Lieb is a beast. Thick handle, fat, chunky button lock. 154 cm. Tons of jimps right there. Boom. Look at this. Here we go with the Militas. Kathleen is to Militas that I am to the Ford Mustang. Too many of them in the world. It'd be cool if there wasn't so many of them. Kaiser Lieb. Killer button lock, just works. If you have a bigger hand, you need a chunkier blade with some tons of jimps, pick up a Lieb. If you want like them big ones, you know I love a Towser K. Get you a Towser K. Excellent action, liner lock, drop shut, flicks out. Great set of jimps. Boom. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. I mean, I'd say the Mini Towser K, but the Mini Towser K is harder to get. But this is probably my favorite knife still, although it's got some contenders. I love the frag on here. Flicks out, just feels good. Those jimps. 154, come on. Win, 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 win. Get the full-size Militaw, he said. Ooh, look at the size of this pig, dude. Absolute beast. Nothing wrong with liner locks. Pyrite light, get out of here with your pyrite lights. I have 2 pyrite lights. I don't even have to get up to show you a pyrite light, and I'll still tell you, don't get the pyrite light. If you want to get a pyrite, get the one that Melissa Backwoods loves. She's got one in her pocket. It's her new favorite. She was telling Kevin Smith and Knives, and basically his wife is supposed to gonna pick one up now. But yeah, here it is. The rose gold pyrite Bowie. Boom. Flicks out like a dream. Thumbs out. Choke up spot. Gorgeous look. That point, that tip gets in there, does the work. Button lock. Boom. They flooded the market. They sure did. But I still love that. That's the problem, is it's still a great knife though. I mean, just because there's a million of them, I can pick it up and be like, wow, this is great. I do want to get that Zerkatai inlay one though. That one's cool. And I hear they are making a lefty version, so I got to try to convince them to send me one. I am a lefty, so I mean, it's like it's made for me. Made for me. Made for you and me. What am I missing out on? Blade show. Lots of fun. More videos still to post. I got some more editing to do. Yeah. Exciting stuff though for the future. I'm pretty stoked about it. Mini Mystic beats the Mini Militaw hands down. Sure. If you say. But that's the thing. Everybody's got their preference. Everyone has taste, which is one of the neat things about it. And that's why, look at all these knives. What am I doing? Scratch up your stuff. But, you know, the difference between this right here and that right there, it's like they're different. But at the same time, I enjoy all of these knives. I mean, this thing, I really, really dig this. Just, come on. Great half stop. Great feel. Cool look. D2. This is everything I wanted in a case knife when I looked at the case knives. And the only thing I found at case that I sort of liked that wasn't quite what I wanted, but I liked it, it was like $100 and it wasn't as nice as this. This retails for like $55. Will Dan survive my jokes next year in Texas? Stay tuned and find out. I'll buy the lefty for sure. Hopefully they do a Timascus again in lefty. I won't miss out on that one. Yeah, they'll probably do some pretty high quality lefties, I would assume. Just checked out the Mini Mystic and it would look so much better with the harpoon, without the harpoon. And someone might say, oh, the swedge is the best part. Dude, very cool. Rosecraft. I'm digging Rosecraft. I already had a few of them. I like them. My Stinking Creek Sow Belly is definitely my favorite of them. I don't know where any of my knives are right now. They're all over the place. There it is. Pretty excited. I got a Rosecraft to do an unboxing for. So the Clinch River Swayback is cool. I did handle the button lock version where they just have the button, open and close it with the button. Looks exactly like this otherwise. I kind of prefer the slip joint version of this one. Clinch River Swayback. That finger choil right there feels really nice. I love the shape of that blade. (1931) Leathercrafts. He's got a knife coming out from Concept soon. I definitely want to get it. Very cool. This is the Stinking Creek sow belly with the stag. I got there it is. Hair in my mouth. I actually won this one from a giveaway on the Knives Fast channel. Super cool. D2. This one was probably my favorite from Rosecraft, but I may have now found that this one might be my new one, but I don't know. I really love the shape of the Zambezi, but it does have such a stiff pull that it kind of drops it out. If I could get that pull to loosen up just a little bit more, that one could be a contender. This one is really nice. Gonna get that one out to Kathleen very soon. I'm sure she's gonna enjoy it. Tack knives. If you just want a fidgety, fun OTF, this might be one of them, dude. Tell me that doesn't look cool. Great design, awesome blade shape, snappy action. Nicola DJ. I'm definitely getting it. Awesome design. Which one? Which one are you getting, Kevin? Sorry. So after that many knives, you finding it in slip joints? I'm okay. I bought a couple slip joints over the trip. Dude, look at this one. Tell me that is not cool. Look at this half stop. Stiff. Boom. Very cool looking design. I love it. I think this is great. Ken Fix bought this one. That's going to be a giveaway coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. 1931 Leatherworks design from oh, that's the one Kevin's talking about. Yeah, that one from, we can look it up. I can find the image of it right now. It was great. This is my favorite, though. This is something else. Dude, oh, anybody, I have, someone left a comment in one of my videos. It's my short that I'm looking at, the Knives Fast, Casey's new Thunderhead or whatever at Concept, right? This is not it. This is the Microjet, but I can show you on this. But on the short, I was opening it, and then I was going like this and dropping it like that and closing it. And then I went like this, and then I opened it and I showed it, and then I dropped it again like that and closed it. And he commented, he was like, why are you dropping it on your finger? You're dropping the blade directly on your finger. Why would you do that? I've never seen anyone open that like that. And I was like, oh, actually, if you watch videos, it's actually a really common thing with a liner lock and a righty. You can just drop it right to your thumb like that. And it's very common. And they commented back, I don't know, that's dangerous. I don't know why you would ever do that, basically. I was like, wow. And no offense to the person. That's great. They're trying to watch out for, I can't do that with my left hand unless it's a lefty thing. But, I mean, we've watched a lot of channels and a lot of people drop it right to their thumbnail like that. I did not invent that. I did not create that move. But I did it, and the dude really was thinking it was a bad idea. And I was like, yeah, go watch some channels, and you'll notice that a lot of people do that, and it's actually works fairly well. I have had some sharp knives that might leave a little line on your nail, but if it was so sharp that it was going to cut through your nail, now that would be crazy. Biscuiteer, waiting on a company to make a premium out the side auto switch comb, full titanium magna cut or something. The guy at Latama Victorium was saying there is a company that was making some stuff similar to that was more of a premium. I have to look that up. What's up, Steve? How's it going? Thanks for joining us. I got my Blade Show knives out on the table here. kind of just chatting away, recapping the Texas trip. I did make some contacts. What was it? CRKT. I was talking to them there, and the guy was like, oh, it was Kyle. At CRKT, he said, because I was filming lives or whatever, he's like, yeah, what's the channel name? And I'm like, Kenman. Dan Kenman. Should I do this? I was like, yeah, Kenman, Dan Kenman. And he was like, oh, yeah, I know your channel. I watched you do the laser mark on the delineation. And I was like, yeah, I did get a CRKT delineation and did a laser mark recently. So they actually had their thumb on the pulse of the channel, which was cool. And I said, yeah, it's neat because you guys have a few knives that are pretty cool for like laser marks or things like that. And he's like, oh, interesting. He gave me his card and wants me to get a hold of him. And we're gonna talk about some stuff. So we might be getting some stuff going on with CRKT in the future, which is fun. Definitely gonna be doing some more stuff with Rosecraft in the future. Hopefully CJRB Artisan Cutlery might jump on board a little bit. Bradford Knives. I was looking at the fixed blade Bradfords. I want to talk to them. Did make a good contact with them. A lot of good talks with many different companies. As far as if I'm getting anybody to send me anything, anytime soon, I don't know. I doubt it. Whatever. But did make some good contacts. Try to get on some pass arounds. I don't really try to ask for much for free or whatever. But they're it'd be cool to be able to check out some other companies here and there. Whew. What are we missing? Notes. I'm up for notes. Feel free to message me or leave them in the comments or whatever. For Texas, for going to Blade Show, ways I can improve things that were good, things that you liked, things that you didn't like. I did get the note. Someone said I should slow down more at some of the spots and not move around the camera as much so they can kind of see, not make everyone dizzy. Get a map right away so that I can try to pay attention to where people are asking me to go. Because the thing is, that was what was a mess, is because they had all these rows like this, and it's like, oh, over here, this is row 1, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Row 2, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But then when you get across this aisle and get here, it's not L, M, N, O, P. Like now this is row A, B, C, D this way, and now this is row A6. So it was like they had letters and numbers this way and then numbers and letters this way on the other side. It was confusing because then like you think you're like, okay, well I'm in row 4. So if this is A, B, C, then row J or 4J should be D, E, F, G, H, I, J. But then you get there and it wasn't 4J. It was C16 or whatever. And it's like, man, these numbers are a mess. But if you had the map, you could actually look at it on the map and then it would make more sense. And so having the map would be a big benefit for if I'm doing like a live, because in the live I said, what do you want? Someone would say, go to TCal. And I didn't know where TCal was. So it was a little bit of confusion getting to places. And with a map, we're not going to make as much of a mess. Dan, glad to hear you're getting noticed by the knife manufacturers. And some of them, they recognize me, which is cool. I felt very warm and welcome at Concept. Both Joyce and Tracy came up and hugged me right away and was glad to see me again. And just it's nice to know that little old me. And everyone remembered me, Ben and Melissa, and it was cool to meet Neves. But he recognized me because Neves has been in a couple of my live streams. If you've ever been on some of my vertical lives, Neves has popped in a couple of times. So it was cool that he recognized me as well. Maybe it's the hair. Maybe it's because I'm an idiot. I don't know. I don't mind. Whatever. It was fun. It was a blast. Just everybody's warm. Everyone's welcome. Everyone's entertaining, fun. all the companies we talk to. It just, this environment, this family, it's great. It's great. Super happy to be a part of it. Have you learned something from them? They learn from you, right? If you shoot with your phone, get a microphone attachment, a bit hard to hear to target sometimes. Yes, I agree. Using microphone camera systems setup might be something I can improve on. One of them would be sound, for sure. I appreciate that feedback. Bring reader glasses so I can read the map. Yes, Kathleen. It's 100% truth. No doubt about it. Really, I think what would be the trick is like Melissa. Melissa had an assistant. But the assistant is also photographer, because it's like there's a difference. There's a big difference, especially if you care about quality and what you're putting out there. Because like an assistant is an assistant. You can have someone who like carries your stuff, you know, and helps like, oh, grab me some stickers, or when we get to these places, collect the stickers, collect the swag, you know, someone who does that. But then also someone who can be a videographer and actually film, get good angles, and know how to do that. That's what she had. She had this guy that basically carried her bags, so she didn't have to carry anything, was always ready to film, got good angles, stuff like that. Like, it was like, man, to have somebody like that with you, that, you know, obviously I would have to pay them, or, you know, make it worth their while, buy them some dinner, put them up in the room or whatever, but it's almost would be worth it to have that assistant to like literally. Justin, I actually have mics. I bought mics for last year and I never used them. I did some tests and I felt like, honestly, if you look and you watch my footage, the sound really isn't that bad. It really isn't. I mean, if anyone thinks it's bad, I would say I don't think you quite get what bad is. I've watched some videos where you can't even hear and you turn it up and it's really quiet and muffled. I've watched them back on, or watched parts of them back on my computer. I've put in headphones and watched parts of them back on my phone, and you can pretty much hear everything, you know. But I do have the, I want to look into better battery power, maybe a different camera, having good mics set up for sure. I appreciate all this feedback, no doubt, and I'm going to want more as the time goes by. Jared has Kara, Taylor has Ricky. Exactly, Marco. Dude, to have Ricky is like a huge win, bro. Ricky is super cool. Definitely hung out, talked to him a bit. Great guy. We follow each other on Instagram and chat once in a while and stuff. It's my channel format, my personal approach. Thank you. I could get Mac, get Mr. Eddie. I'll take him. Definitely an awesome community for sure. I'd imagine before too long you'd be hooked up with more manufacturers. You work hard and put out good contact. What more could they ask for? Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. Sweet looking blades. What's up, KR Knife Review? These are my awesome knives I picked up from Texas. Super happy. What a great time. As loud as Blade Show was, my sound quality was fine. Right? Like, that's the thing, is my phone shoots. I can shoot 8K video. It picks up some pretty good stuff. I've been quite happy with it. I would like to improve that some more for sure. Thought the sound was fine, and even though folks were sending you in all directions, you seemed cool and relaxed with that. Thanks, Kathleen. It was fun. It would have been better to just be a little more organized. I feel like I wasted minutes sometimes trying to find something. I had that kid trying to be my assistant. Yeah, Jin Designs. His son. Yeah, cool kid. I gave him a little folder knife last year, and this year he remembered me, and then he saw I was live streaming. I kind of have a way with kids. I'm not bragging or whatever, but I think I'm just an adult child. And I do magic tricks and stupid stuff, and so I tend to have a way with the kids in the room, and if there are kids in the room, I tend to be the kid friend, which is fine. But yeah, he was on me for the live for the last half for a while, right? He's a cool kid though, and his dad. Jonathan Sibley designs knives for Concept and for himself. He's a knife maker. Sorry, my eyes. He was on Forged in Fire, I think, like season 3. So his kid's dad's kind of a big deal. Great family though, really cool. The slip joints, green and blue steel, and price if you can, please, Nicola. Okay, slip joints right here. I've got Rosecraft blades. This is the, I forgot the first part of it, the bow trapper from Rosecraft. The show price was $55. I'm not sure what the actual price is, probably within 20 of that. Probably between 60 and 70 bucks. D2 steel, G10, really smooth. Nice skull inlay. That's Andy's Maker's Mark. Awesome half stop on there. Really cool. The bow trapper. And then this one is the Tanasi Lake teardrop. Something like that. Obed bow trapper. And this is the Tanasi teardrop. This one's going to be going to Kathleen. Gorgeous little blue coloration. Again, nice half stop. Same price, around $55 at the show. So I think, I don't know for sure. It might be 60, 70. Justin, do you know what these retail for? And then the other one, this one's micarta. Maybe it is. And this is the Rough Rider Reserve toothpick. This is a high-end Rough Rider. Very solid, excellent craftsmanship. D2 on that steel as well. Great looking. 60-ish. They're nice knives. No doubt about it. Obed. I gotta remember that. Definitely... I was looking into slip joints, case knives. Could not find a case knife that was big that I was happy with. And this one solved all of that. This is it. Gotta bounce. Great meeting you and Sub Bro. Hope you drop in on others in the future. For sure, Greg. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you soon. Which one haven't I touched in a little while? This one right here. The Odd 21. Boom. Great flipper tab on the back. Got the nice front flipper. Very snappy. Look at that Damascus pattern on there. Really cool. Then the titanium with those speed holes with the gold in there. Ugh. Excellent stuff. Got this knife for half price. These should be $200 on the website. Got it for $100. Thanks, Concept. I'm touched. I think they had it listed for $140 or $160 on the table. Those speedy holes make your brain itch. Dude. Not always a big speed hole guy, but man, the snappy action on this, that front flip, just feels good. Solid. Cool knife. And focus sucks. My Latama Victorium. The Yuki. What color should we do? Got some anodizing to do on that one. What color should we do it? Well, we're getting close, 8:50. Who's here? We need to give away a couple memberships. Bada bing, bada boom, bada pow. There's 5. Marco, Mick, Alex Kerber, Morbid, Claus, and 1931 Leatherworks. 1931, that means you gotta give me one of your prototypes. Just kidding. Oh, we were gonna look that up. We should do that quick. Why not? You're welcome, Marco. Marco deserves it. Everyone deserves it. But Marco, winner. Okay, where? I'm going to find this quick. The 1931 Leatherworks. I haven't posted it yet. There it is. The Orlock. There's his design. You can see his logo. I think the other one's in focus. Yeah, this one is. So there it is, 1931 Orlock. There's the whole knife. They wouldn't let me buy it. Very cool though, right? I plan on getting this bad boy when it comes out. I like the harpoon on there, the shape, the feel. Good stuff. Good stuff. What was another one? Oh yeah, I'm not supposed to show anyone this. Should I get in trouble? Yeah. Who wants to get in trouble? That's Luton, Texas' new Kaiser design. He had a couple protos from Kaiser, Loot did. And he's like, yeah, don't show that yet. So yeah, I didn't show that. Nobody saw that. He had a couple cool new ones though from Kaiser. They look great. They looked great. Is there anything else that I haven't posted that'd be cool to show off? Oh, I gotta post that. Pachow, right? That one will do good, I'm sure. I got a bunch of shorts I still got to go through and post. I got to go and make some more edits, some more cuts. Ugh, it's a lot. It's a lot. And then we missed. Don't forget our call. Well, I'll do it right after, Justin. Then I got to make some dinner. You just live stream it. Live streaming it is nice too, but then the thing is it's like, I want to now take those clips, which I'll be able to do. I'm going to take some of those clips out of the stream and then like I can show them because it was like, okay, we were at Big Idea for 5 minutes. I can take that 5-minute clip and post that as a video. Is Loot in here? Ha! I didn't show you nothing. You saw nothing. Don't get me in trouble. Aww.
Glad things went well at the show.
At the show. Thank you, Steve. I really appreciate that. I will use that to squirrel away and see if I can get to Atlanta. I would love to get out to Atlanta. It's the big show. Everyone is telling me they'd love to see me there and I'd love to get out there. It'd be great. Remember the rifle stock zombie blade thing? Yeah, that was dope. That was in one of the lives. Those are cool. I want to get one. I actually did pretty good for myself. I mean, at Texas, I did spend some money. But I did keep it in a fairly decent budget where I'm still able, because I've been also budgeting to get a new computer. You guys know I need a new computer. My CPU is almost maxed out. I want to do some more things in the future with some lives, invite more people on, and not just like a vertical live, but like in a live like this where I can get multiple people. But I know that my CPU might overload a little bit, so I'm going to be picking up. Later, Dave. Good to see you. Probably hang out, see you this weekend or whatever. especially if it's nice out. But getting my new computer in the next couple weeks or so will be a really good push. Then I can start improving on my lives and etc. etc. But Atlanta is in like June, and if I wanted to get out there, it's like I got the room and the board and either the gas or the plane ticket. Ken fixed plane tickets for $400, which sounds decent, right? But $400 plus the hotel. Now you're gonna be with the food. That's $1,000, just like that. Haven't bought any knives yet, and that's bare minimum. And so it's like I need at least a couple thousand more in order to go do that. So I don't know if I can swing it or not. I would much like to. I generally don't use all my PTO, like my paid time off from work. I could afford to miss a day, you know, but then the thing is, like, if I go, like, for Texas, I took a half day Wednesday, and then I was off Thursday, Friday, and Monday. So I really only took off 3 days of work. I could take off 2 days of work and then just have 1 day just not paid and then not go on my paycheck, and that's fine. That wouldn't really crush it too much. But then that's that $100, couple $100 or whatever it is, you know, that you have to factor into the price. Gotta go. See you on the next one, says Brian. Thanks for hanging out, Brian. Marco says Greyhound it. Thing is like, how much is that gonna cost? How stress is it gonna make you, you know, like, if comfort. Someone was like, oh yeah, you stay on someone's couch. Sorry, I'm digging and my eyes are just getting bad. You stay on your couch is one thing, but the thing is, it's like, well, okay, how much more is it to get myself a cheap hotel? And to me, then sometimes that cheap hotel makes it worth it, because now I have my own room. I can get a good night's sleep, not worried about someone next to you in the room or you know, just comfort. And sometimes paying that little extra for that comfort makes it worth it. You know what I mean? Especially like the trip down, the trip back. That makes, you know, that affects it. You know, if you're super tired from a big long trip on a bus or something that was uncomfortable, now you're kind of miserable for the weekend just to get back on the bus or the track. Amtrak. You could sell a few knives to get funds for some new hires, right? That could be something, I guess. I could kind of purge some of my knives for super cheap prices and then, you know, come up with... It just comes down to, can I afford to come up with a couple extra $1,000 to go? Maybe. I'm going to try. See what I can do. The channel does not make... I make a little bit, but it's not too much. If I'm lucky to get a couple $100 a month off of it, I don't really do it for the money. I have a job for that, but I do this because it's fun and the community is amazing. How's it going, Sebald? Good to see you. I'm doing all right. Just finishing up the live here. It's 9 o'clock. Talked about my Blade Show Texas haul. Here it is right there. Sebald, which one you want me to pick up? Flash around for you. Tack knives. Super good action on that thing. Really fun. I love the blade shape too. Just cool. Cool stuff. Actual gas station knife. I should just win the lottery. I don't buy lottery tickets. Win the lottery and then just spend all my money and just engulf myself in the knife community. The one above the stiletto. this stiletto right here. This is the Rough Rider Reserve. The one above it right here. This is the, it's written right there, Victorium. Of course not. Of course not. Latama Victorium. This is the Yuki. CPM 20 CV on the blade. Button lock. Awesome action. I had a blue one. And the button was sticking just a little bit once in a while. And I went and talked to him when we were in Texas. And basically he's like, yeah, I want to give you an unanodized one. And now you got one that works good. And I can anodize it on the channel and come up with another custom fun little video to make. And it made perfect sense. It was like, the blue one looked really cool. I like it. I would have just taken one of those or just fixed the one I had. But this one, the button just works perfect. Very happy with it. I am going to anodize this though. What color should we do? We could two-tone it with the back spacer and the pocket clip. Or I could just do it all in one kind of color. It's got a nice ting. Really cool knife. Favorite folder from the show though is definitely this one. The Goblin XL. Oh, the frag pattern on this. Front flipper. Flicks out just like just a champ. Boosh. I really like this anno color though. I'm considering doing something else with this kind of bronze, just all bronzed out. I could do that to the Yuki. That would look cool. Yeah, the Goblin is just boom. Super cool. Love that knife. And then we've got this gorgeous Seaox. Look at that wood. The ripples in the wood. And then we've got this satiny piece of magna cut on a custom one-of-a-kind glorious blade. Oh, this hollow grind right here on that magna cut. Just the satiny look. The way the tip is. It's just a thing of beauty. White paper micarta and then a koa wood with a major shimmer to it. Dude. So sick. So sick. Odd 21. Really snappy looking. And we got that one from Fred. This isn't mine. This is loaned from Fred. Concept. Yipper. The lightning anno. And then look at that blade too. Woof. Craziness. No front flipper on that. So I'm going to have this one for a few more days, do a little video on it, send it back to Fred. Very cool stuff. That are my knives. I did get this one in a gas station on the way home. Phew! Tell me this isn't gorgeous. God damn, son! Where'd you find this? Whap. Actual gas station find. The Battle Buddy. Assisted opening, crazy little scimitar looking. So dumb. I love it. I love it. Isn't that great? Just absolute silliness. We got the Hawk. Chunk of wood, just a rich, nice looking handle on there. Fake butterfly, right? Total fake butterfly. Looked like it. I thought it was a butterfly and I wasn't as excited about it, but then I realized it wasn't a butterfly. It was like, ah, dude, that's even better because it looks like it wants to be a butterfly, but then it's just this ridiculous assisted folder with this absolutely silliness of a blade. Look at the action on this QSP Hawk though. Just drops, opens, flips out. Just a fun knife. This is just a user. This is one that I feel like you just have it in your pocket and you use it. This is your daily. You can just enjoy it. It's just a nice little, just simple, clean user. Chef Master is also cool, but it's definitely more of a cardboard destroying beast. You get in there tight and I feel like you just want to just have at it. There they are. That's my time. That'd be it. Looks like a Counter-Strike butterfly. Kinda. Okay, well, thank you all so much. It's been real. It's been fun. I gotta go. Gotta get a hold of Justin quick, and then I gotta make some dinner. It's 9 p.m. for dinner. That's a late dinner. The rest of my Blade Show Texas footage will trickle out in the next few days over the weekend, pretty much. I'm going to do some little cut clips from my lives and stuff so that if you don't want to watch the whole live, you can still get some of the things you want out of it. It was a great time in Texas. So much more fun to come. Thank you all for hanging out. Please comment. Let me know what colors you think we should do for the Anno, for the Yuki. I appreciate all of you. Late Show Texas is over. But Atlanta's a few months away. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. Let's make it happen. Stay sharp, y'all. See you soon.